Radio.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them an injury.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute it.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow.
It's Talk Sports with Cody McClure.
If it is said, so it be, so it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Hey now. Good morning. Good morning. Nice start to a Monday. Welcome in. Talk Sports from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. It is Monday morning. How was your weekend? Mine was fine. Rain. A lot of rain. Good to see the boys in here this morning, though. Bubba, Jackson, good to see you back. Hope you guys are doing well. I went to see a cat this weekend. If you're interested in how my weekend went, it was just getting bit by a small cat. I have been going to this new breakfast place, as I mentioned last week. It's a donut shop. They have the little kolaches. I won't go too much further into detail with those because I don't want the place to get too popular. And I've already mentioned it like 4 times. But I went both Saturday and Sunday because that's where I'm at in my life. So Saturday morning, I go over to get my kolaches. I get up there to Powell, 15-minute drive or so from where I'm at. I order the kolaches at the window. The guy says, let me see how many we have left. I said, oh, boy. He said, for some reason, many people order kolache today. I said, okay. So we're running low on kolaches. I got 3 left, which I was prepared to get a half dozen. But they were 3 jalapeno and cheese, which I like. So anyway, I said, give me the 3 you got. He said, okay, tomorrow I have more kolache for you if you come back. I said, okay, I'll come back. So I get my 3. I get my little latte. I have my little breakfast. I do my Saturday. 24 hours later, you know me. I'm a loyal guy. I'm back. Today I have half dozen for you. I said, yes. Beautiful. So I get my half dozen. So anyway, I'm already out in Powell, and my friend had texted me a picture of this cat because they've been over at the PetSmart in Powell. And so we've been teasing the idea about me getting another cat because this guy and this girl I used to live with, we used to have this cat. The girl left it with me, It's a whole thing. And then I left it with him because it had a yard. It's a cat that's ran in the family. But, you know, I've been thinking about getting some kind of animal. I've been trying to figure it out. Dog, cat, what do I want to do? So anyway, she sends me a picture of this cat and says, go visit this cat. So I'm already out in Pal because I went to get my kolaches. So I say, all right, I'm going to go over to the PetSmart and look at this cat. I was unaware of this, Bubba, but apparently at PetSmart you can adopt cats. And I was wondering what you thought about this as a guy who has 7 cats in his house, because you just go window shopping. I didn't even know this was a thing. You walk right by in the PetSmart and they got 15 cats in there, and you can take one at your will. You ever gotten a cat from a PetSmart?
I can say that I've never gotten a cat from a PetSmart. We've always done either rescues from like off the street or like in our yard and stuff, you know, like strays like that.
Yeah.
Or they've been like from a family friend who had like a pregnant cat. We just grabbed the ladder. But I like that, but also I don't like that aspect of PetSmart, you know, just window shopping these animals that just live in those little tiny compartments.
Well, that they make
hoping
it
that
sad.
Somebody like you comes by and has this fascination with this little tiny cat there, you know.
Well, they want to make it sad so that you'll take them. See, that's the whole idea. That's why they put them in those sad little glass boxes.
Well, did you take them?
No, I didn't.
Oh no,
because I don't have a heart. But no, look, I saw this little gray cat. A fun little guy. They told me he's a fun little guy. She sent me this picture of him. And so he's in an area where you can actually go inside the area, or at least I guess you can. The door was unlocked, so I did, because they got like a whole glass encasement. And, you know, I'm looking at the cats. I'm tapping on the glass where it says don't tap on the glass because it scares the cats. And I look at 6 or 8 cats. And then there's a separate area to the left where you can open a door up and go inside with the cat and actually hang out with the cat. And I guess that's the area that maybe they put the friendliest cat so you can actually go pet the cat. Or maybe the door wasn't supposed to be unlocked. I don't know. But I walk inside and I start playing with the cat. And he's loving me, man. I'm stroking his head and doing a little nibble thing on the nose. He starts licking my hand. You know how it is when a cat licks you. They're showing real affection. You get that sandpaper tongue just right over the hand. I'm like, oh, this little guy loves me, you know. And then he rolls over, and so I scratch him on his belly a little bit, and then he bites me because that's what happens, you know, when a cat rolls over and wants you to scratch it on its belly, and then you do it just a little too long, and then he bites you. But it was a playful bite. It wasn't like, hey, leave me alone. And then I let him nibble on my finger just a little bit, and I stroked his head a little more. I'm like, I love this cat. He's a fun little guy. And then I left. So I just went to PetSmart, played with a cat for like 10 minutes, walked around like an idiot, and then I left. But I'm thinking about it now. Do I go back to PetSmart and get this furry cat?
Well, how would you take care of it?
How would I take care of it?
Yeah.
You don't have to take care of a cat. Cats take care of themselves.
How young is this cat, or old?
I don't know. He seemed like an adult cat. He was gray, and he had these green eyes, like solid gray cat with green eyes.
Is he decent sized, or
yeah,
we're talking like at least like Subway, like foot long length, or like
I'd say he's an adult cat, but still probably on the young side. Like he had some spunk about him, you know. He was rolling around in his so. But thinking about this cat. Anyway, the weekend, kolaches and cats. How was yours, Bubba?
It's again, time marches on. Tracy Lawrence.
I always get the two confused. 2 men named two.
Me, that's for sure. Nothing wrong with that if your name is a Southern name. I don't know. I was working man, so in the morning I had to get up at the crack of dawn.
Working
just trying
man
to get
blues.
Paid.
Merle Haggard. Shout out Merle Haggard.
I was doing a little John Party reference there, but
oh, sorry.
No, you're all good. But then that happened, and then I come home, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up, and it's either time for any type of like motorsports or combat sport. That's all my weekend consisted of because it was SummerSlam this weekend, Cody.
Oh, I heard all about it. Actually, I didn't hear at all what happened, but I knew it was SummerSlam. Did you enjoy it? Was it good?
I would give it anywhere between an 81 to an 83 out of 100.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent event overall.
That's teetering on a B grade.
A very questionable, event occurred, an appearance.
Oh?
Somebody that brought back. They brought back Brock Lesnar, Cody.
I thought you were going to say there was a Hulk Hogan hologram or something. Brock Lesnar came back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he's feuding with my GOAT, John Cena.
Wow. Now, Brock Lesnar coming back to the WWE. When has that ever happened before?
I mean, it's happened a couple times, but this time, because his name was dropped in the Jamel Grant lawsuit against them for the sexual harassment and stuff like that. So it's like, is he banned? Is he on the banned list from this company? Because he was name dropped in this scandal with Vince McMahon where they would not too kind to women.
Right. Yeah. Brock was like
whether
the stud,
or
right?
I don't know his involvement directly.
Vince was
because I never looked through the lawsuits completely.
Yeah.
I
don't know if that's factual.
Yeah, I don't know if he was just there or if he was an actual participant or if they just name dropped him just because he was a big name that maybe was in like the same space. But yeah, he came back. That caused a lot of controversy. I don't know if I've said that word once or twice already, but it's
controversy. Bit of a controversy, yeah. Having a rapist back in the biz.
Yeah.
Alleged. Don't want to throw any.
Also, Jelly Roll.
Or whatever.
Jelly Roll. Your favorite singer, Jelly Roll.
Oh, yeah, that fat piece of shit. What was he doing?
He wrestled with Randy Orton.
Looks like me out there if I got face tattoos.
Yeah. And I got to say, the one thing that I don't like that they do is when they bring in all these celebrities and singers.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
They focus on the singer part. Like, they've done Bad Bunny, who wasn't that bad. They've done Travis Scott, who just a menace out there. And now they bring him out here, and it's like, oh, he's hurt. Just kidding. He's finding the power, the will, the indomitable human spirit. And then he comes up there, and it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like, at least he's out there, but also, like, I don't want him there. Like, they had to have this man come from Nashville all the way up to MetLife Stadium just so that way he could just perform. Come on. So that kind of, that made it go down from the 100 down to an 80.
Drop it just a bit because of Jelly Roll.
Yeah, and then one of the matches they did too was like, I'm all for violence and,
sure,
women showing this violence.
Okay.
They try to do like a street fight, in quotes, between two Irish lasses. And it's just
Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one, a girl named Laya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I don't know about her. I think she's way too, like, quick, prompt up because, she's not a household name just yet.
Right, yeah. Becky Lynch is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good fighter, too.
Questionable.
Yeah, so she's out in the street and they're banging trash cans.
It was just, some of the stuff they did was cool, but other stuff, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, the concept of a street fight, I feel like that's pretty early 2000s.
Yeah, I feel like you got to bleed if you're going to be in one of those. And there's no blood from either of them.
They didn't bleed at all?
Those two women, no.
Yeah, I feel like you got to beat each other in the head quite a bit in a good street fight. But so that's the new era of the WWE, right? They don't want to have too much blood from the head. Like it's a thing now. It's
confusing because their top guy right now, Cody Rhodes, he's notorious for just bleeding in every big match that he can.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, he didn't bleed.
Are they worried about how it's going to affect the kids?
Possibly, but also now that they shifted to Netflix, I don't know if they're worried as much.
Oh, good.
Since it's like not
let's
on
get back
cable
to
TV.
beating each other in the head with chairs and sledgehammers and stuff. I mean, that was those were the days, what are we worried about? CTE? I mean, we're like,
everybody's too scared of CTE. They don't want to.
What's the worst that's going to happen? What's the worst that could possibly happen if a wrestler gets hit in the head too much and gets a little CTE? Like, is there a history of like violence with these guys?
I don't think. I think.
I can't think. I think
they just developed their own, alcohol company.
Right. Like it's kind of sad. Sometimes their lives are cut premature with all the steroid.
Yeah, I'm
use,
sure there's probably been a guy who's been out there that's mangled his whole family, but I don't know about that.
I've never heard of anything like that. Jackson, good morning.
Morning.
Nice to see your face again.
Yes.
Yeah. So what were you doing Friday? Did you go to the zoo?
No. Did you get my text Friday morning?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. I just assumed you were lying, but
no, I woke
it's
up.
Okay if you were.
I woke up at 3:40 a.m. with
Yeah.
some of the worst food poisoning I've ever had.
Okay, well that's if you did, then that's fine. I just I always assume when someone says they're sick that they just don't want to come in, which is fine. Again, if that's what it was, because that's usually if I say I'm sick, that's usually what I'm doing.
No,
It's
after
just,
2 hours,
not feeling it today.
After 2 hours of throwing up about every 10 minutes, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going in today.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
I just want you to know, even if you weren't throwing up and you're just like, I'm not.
Oh no,
this,
I can promise you I was.
Fine. Yeah, no, I believe you.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, I definitely believe you. So you feel better though?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Another highlight of my weekend, I started talking to my ex-girlfriend again.
Oh, nice. How's she
That's
doing?
not a highlight if she's an ex. Oh no!
Oh, we don't know that, Bubba. We don't know the details here. Let's let Jackson dig himself a hole here. So what? How did this start?
Well, we've been no contact for 2 years. Kind of my decision.
By court order or just
no? By my decision. I needed to
okay.
Move on. And I was on Instagram. I guess this was Friday night. Laying in bed, and her account popped up, and I was like, you know what? It's been 2 years. I'm just gonna follow her.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
And I did. And then I went to sleep shortly after. I woke up the next morning with a follow back on Instagram and an iMessage asking why I followed her.
She remembered you.
She did.
That's good.
It was really funny because I didn't have her contact saved or anything. I deleted all that, but she still had my number saved.
Oh, so she texted you after you followed her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And asked me why.
And you're like,
I was like, it's been 2 years. Figured it's been long enough.
Yeah. I was just thinking about you laying in bed last night after my food poisoning escapades. I'd been so sick yesterday, and I had thrown up all day, and it made me realize how life can be short. And so I wanted to reconnect, because I thought I almost died yesterday.
That's pretty accurate.
From food poisoning. Okay, so any further? You started talking to her the next day, or what?
Yeah, we chit chatted a little bit, but I'm taking it pretty.
Yeah. Would you say the flame has been rekindled? Is there a?
Not yet, but I'd say there's a possibility.
If we were likening it to a fire, would it be like smoldering ash, or would there be?
There'd be like a little bit of kindling on fire. Like the fire's being built right now.
Yeah, is it smoking yet?
Yeah, I'd say it's smoking very, very lightly.
You hear that, Bubba? It's smoking. It's smoking. We don't have a flame yet, but we're smoking.
How many plane crashes have there been in history?
Huh?
How many bridges have been collapsed? How many earthquakes have shattered buildings? And how many relationships have been breakups?
A lot. But, I want to call back to a few weeks ago when my mother was brought into question. My mother hates this girl.
Uh-huh.
So anybody who's still thinking my mom controls my dating life.
Well, your mom listens to the show, though, right?
Not yet. She doesn't tune in until about hour
So
two.
you're trying to spite your mother by going against something you shouldn't? That split apart in the first place?
I didn't agree to this. Like the original splitting apart was not my decision.
So that's even worse.
I would
now
not
you're
have,
like a wounded dog
I
trying to
care.
come back to your original owner that beat you.
Exactly.
So it takes you in again.
Oh,
yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Animal abuse is no joke, Jackson.
Jackson wants to get whipped again.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
He's going to bend right over and let her whip him again.
I do.
All right. Well, keep us posted. I hope it, maybe in a day or two, maybe you get a reconnection. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd say it might be. I don't know. She's from my hometown, so I'm thinking wait until I'm back there for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
To really fully, because we did long distance the first time, and I really don't want to do that.
Unless that fire just starts blazing this week, and then you might have to take a trip.
Oh yeah, she's just down in Birmingham. It's not that far.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Yeah. You're from Birmingham?
No, she goes to Samford.
Oh, I got you. Oh yeah, I mean that's 4 hours.
Yeah.
You can be in Birmingham, no problem. Yeah, that's a good trivia too. Samford is in Birmingham, apparently. All right, let's hit a break. We'll be back on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's Sports Talk Radio Superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Good morning. Still building pretty good out here now in West Knoxville. More volume on 40 East and West. Coming past Paper Mill over the top of West Hills. Alcoa Highway really starting to build northbound. Coming up out of Blount County right now by Topside Road as it gets busier also on 75 leaving Campbell County down into Anderson County. Fountain City Jewelers, your diamond engagement ring headquarters this bridal season. Stop by and see them today at Fountain City Jewelers, right in the heart of Fountain City. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Back on the program. The blurred quarterback controversy. What's going on? We got a quarterback throwing an interception in practice and they blurred out the quarterback?
Are we sure they blurred out the quarterback or is it another player?
Yeah, I did see. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say some other local media members believe it was maybe a hurt player.
Is it solved?
No.
So we don't. So it's still a controversy.
I saw some rumblings that it may have been a tight end on a route that they just decided to blur
They blurred. Now, if they're going to blur a guy, maybe now what you're saying, Bubba, maybe a guy who's hurt and they don't want us to know he's hurt. Is that what you're saying?
Possibly.
We are deep into the rumor mill here to start a Monday. Tennessee football, if you haven't heard yet, there's a major controversy coming out of the weekend. There's a video with a blurred quarterback, or so people are saying quarterback, but now we don't know. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. What have you heard, Jackson?
I saw a bunch of folks on Twitter throw out Austin Price's name, and I have not confirmed that he actually said this, but a few folks on Twitter said Austin Price claimed it was a tight end.
It appears to be, from what I can make out here, a guy in a red jersey, which would make me think it's a quarterback. But then if you zoom in, can I make out an 8 on the jersey? No. Or is that a red jersey, or is that a tent behind him? Oh boy, this is gonna be a hot topic all week.
So here's what Austin Price said. The blurred out person looks like they are running a route. Doesn't look like a QB to me. Kitts, meaning Kitzelman, is in a red jersey, so that would make sense.
That's what Austin Price is saying, is it looks like a tight end wearing, or it looks like a player running a route.
What it could be is it could be a skill position who has had some injury issue maybe in the spring, and he's just wearing a red jersey, meaning no contact.
Could be a ghost.
Could be as well. It could be an entire figment of our imagination, and the Tennessee media team just wanted to generate some buzz.
Okay, so are they saying that this guy in the orange threw the ball, the guy by the ref? I don't know. You think they're just trying to drum up some interest here in fall camp?
I think
the more that I look at it, I think you're right. It doesn't look like the thing that people are worried about is that it's Joey Aguilar, and that Joey has thrown an interception in practice, and for some reason the Tennessee didn't want us to know that he was the quarterback, which seems like a stretch, doesn't it?
Honestly, I think that makes the most sense. Bringing this in transfer quarterback, you're trying to uplift him and prove him to, the team and the fan base, really, because the fan base is still iffy about bringing in this transfer quarterback that is presumed QB1. Yeah, there's a QB competition, but why would you pay this guy over $1 million just to be backup on a bench in an SEC, caliber with 1 year of eligibility left? That doesn't make too much sense. And then it also makes sense too why they'd blur out the quarterback if he's throwing an interception, just to not receive as much hate or feedback early on, to where people could completely melt down and go doom and gloom. I personally thought it was like Mike Matthews, who's injured, and they didn't want people to know, because then it's like, oh, we have this many receivers, this many are injured, which means we have all these freshmen and walk-on receivers now to play.
Grok says it's Merklinger.
So I trust Grok, a.k.a. Mecca somebody.
I'm following along on the video here, and I know this, this may not be the best for radio because you can't watch the video that we're looking at, but they're trying to basically say that, Colton Hood, they're trying to give him a shout out like he made a good play because Colton Hood intercepts the ball. And, Colton Hood is a guy who transferred in, probably going to be on the field quite a bit, at least early in the year. We're
with
worried about
McCoy, yeah.
Yeah, with Jermod McCoy, coming back from the ACL. So I think they're trying to do a little PR for this Colton Hood and show that, hey, he's got it. He can play at an SEC level. We're okay at defensive back. I think that's what they're trying to go for here, trying to show that he made a play. So he intercepts it, but he's covering the receiver, and then the ball's coming through the air. You see Colton Hood jump up. So the ball's thrown short, but for some reason, the guy in the red jersey is blurred. And now there's people saying that it couldn't be the quarterback because the angle's not right, but I don't think you can tell much about the angle from this video. I think it very well could be the quarterback. Like, I think it's very possible that that's the quarterback they've blurred out. Austin Price saying he thinks it's a tight end. It's somebody in a red jersey. We know that.
Do you think it's smart for them to blur it out?
I don't really care.
Or does it worry you?
I don't care at all, to be honest with you. Like, if they took the time to blur it, let's say Joey Aguilar threw an interception and they took the time to blur that out because they didn't want people to know that he left a ball short, I couldn't care less. It's a practice rep. Like, People make so much about the training camp. Like, a guy throws a ball short in practice, fine, it's going to happen. I mean, you got to look, how many throws is he making on a daily basis? He's out there all day.
At least 48.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably getting more. They're getting more reps in after practice if they're doing the right things that we hope they're doing the things they should be doing. He's throwing with the receivers all day long. They're getting reps in before practice or after practice. Like, an underthrown ball on video does not upset me, like, if that is Joey Aguilar. So I don't know if they would go to those lengths to try to make that, like, I don't know. But it's become a controversy now. So we will see. Any other takeaways from fall camp? Did you guys see anything coming out over the weekend?
Big bad Deshaun Bishop from Carnes High School running through some, stationary drills, looking like a monster.
You expect him to be the starter? Is that?
I want him to be the starter. Willie, I don't think.
As a Carnes boy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he'll get increased playing time even more from last season. Obviously, because he's one of the few that remain. Him and Peyton Lewis. But also, I think it just depends on the formation, really. The packages they got out there. So it seems like Star Thompson is more of a receiving back. So any type of, situation where we want our running backs to go on these routes, maybe so. In terms of like a pass blocking, play action, maybe Deshaun Bishop, short yardage situations, him or Peyton Lewis. I'll be intrigued to see how they split up who they got back there.
The blurred quarterback controversy really is all over the internet. I mean, it's all over the place.
It's kind of awesome, honestly.
Is it?
Somebody went out of their way to blur this individual and, some hype practice film that they put out online for, the world to see. But it's the idea that they went ahead and had this notion as to why they should blur out this person. Why would they do that? What are they afraid of?
I guess we're doing anything we can to drum up some controversy in fall camp,
But why do we want the controversy, though?
We've
had too much controversy.
No, I don't think the staff wants controversy. I don't think Tennessee Athletics wants the controversy. I think us as a fan base, we want the controversy.
But why do we want that, though? We had to deal with our quarterback leaving us. They had to deal with one of our most recently, as of a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, a player that just wasn't there, who's still here, I guess, and he's getting back to the basics of being on goodwill with the team and the fans, and
because we need to be entertained. We need the entertainment. We crave it.
We need to be reinforced that our season's going to go better than what we hope.
Yeah, we'll deal with that when it's time for the season. But what are we going to do for these 2 weeks, if not for this blurred video?
They just keep showing us monsters among men out there and get us hyped up.
We gotta
not blurring out an individual.
I get it. As a fan base, we have to create things out of thin air because it makes it fun, man. What else are we gonna do for 2 weeks? You're gonna tell me, because I asked you what was your other takeaway, and you just said Deshaun Bishop's running the ball well, right? So that's good, but that's what is that? Just a running back carrying the ball? I mean, it's good news, but
he's running the ball well against, the stationary tunnel pads.
I mean, last week we had guys here, for God's sake, talking about how Jake Merklinger was the most accurate quarterback.
Okay.
You think he's handsome?
I thought you were going to say he was handsome. Sorry.
I mean, we're talking about last week here. The guys are drumming up, based on air reps. They're talking about how Merklinger is the most accurate quarterback. And, this is a big headline here because he went, what did he go, 11 of 12 on air? He didn't even there wasn't a defense on the field. But we're trying to drum up these storylines because it's what we do. I mean, we're guilty of it here as fans/media. We are, quote, the media. And here we are talking about it. I get why people are talking about it. Gives us, that'll be, all we got is 2 more weeks of this, right? Couple more weeks, and then, hey.
Well, Groundhog Day action?
Yeah, it's game week. I mean, here in, what's today? August 4th, is that 3 weeks? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 weeks from now, it's game week. 3 weeks from today.
26 days.
So if we can just get through the next couple of weeks with some quarterback blurs, some, some fake stuff, some fun stuff, just kind of, we're good as fans about creating our own news. So what we don't need is any big serious injuries. That's what they always say about fall camp. Let's get out of this healthy, and let's talk ourselves into being a playoff contender based on some of these things, these clips coming out. That's my plan for the next 2 weeks. How can I talk myself into beating Georgia and Alabama?
By taking that plus 7.5 on VIP play.
Shout out to VIP play. Is it still there?
I checked over the weekend and it was.
Wow. A team that we haven't been within 14 points of in 9 years. You can get it 7.5. Interesting bet. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it.
But your mindset is playoff team now.
Yeah, well, I said I'm working on it. I'm trying to talk myself into it.
We pouring the concrete. Have we got the foundation up, the walls up? I mean,
we're working on it.
Do we have
Bubba.
the materials? Is that what we're doing here? Or?
We're working on it. By the way, good morning to the freaks. Shout out to Chad, Brandon, and East TN Vol over on the YouTube. We should be live. I believe we're live, right, Jackson?
Yes.
That's good.
My biggest takeaway from this past weekend is finding out that Travis Smith Jr., freshman wide receiver, is the first freshman in Tennessee history to wear number 1.
The first freshman in Tennessee history. Okay. And is there a story behind that?
No, it's not like LSU's number 7, but it was pointed out on Twitter that there are quite a few notable players in Tennessee history to have worn number 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But none of them wore it their freshman year.
Leonard Little wore number 1. I mean, he was not a wide receiver, obviously, but
a very good player.
Jason
Witten.
Yeah, Witten wore number 1. Did Swain wear number 1 at one
Yes.
point?
Yeah. So maybe that's a sign for things to come with Travis Smith Jr.
Is it just a coincidence that no receivers have worn number 1 as a freshman, or just like
he was asked about it because he was number 84 or 81 during the spring game, something along those lines, maybe number 10.
Right.
And he was asked about it, and he said he was a dog in spring, so he changed his number.
That's good.
So
how do you rank wide receiver numbers? Top 5 off the top of your head. Go.
88. Wait, we're going 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
We're going 5 to 1. No, let's go 1 to 5. That'll be easier. What's your favorite wide receiver number?
I mean, 88 is my favorite. I think it's one of the best.
88?
Yeah.
Okay.
85 at 2.
85, okay. Sounds like you like it in the 80s more so than the single digits.
Yeah, I'm not a single-digit wide receiver guy at all.
I kind of like the single digit.
And I don't really like the teens either.
Not what I heard. So 88. Why is 88 your favorite?
I just feel like it's associated with some really good receivers throughout history that have worn 88, like Marvin Harrison. Most notably, that's why.
Okay.
Chris Carter. Oh, wait, no, he wore 80.
Jerry Rice was 80.
Yeah.
Randy Moss was 84.
And 81.
Yeah. I don't think I have a favorite receiver number. Dumb question by me. Let's go ahead and get to another break. We'll talk some more Vols on the other side here. You're listening to Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans. Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves take the series from the Reds in Bristol. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information.
Well, it took a little while longer than expected, but the Braves win the Speedway Classic 4-2 over the Cincinnati Reds and in turn take the series, their first series win since before the All-Star break. Eli White, star of the game. 2 home runs, the only 2 home runs in the history of the state of Tennessee belong to Eli White. And how about Hurston Walter? Comes up Sunday morning. He is the extra pitcher. He comes out of the bullpen for the second half of the game. Goes 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts in his debut in 2025. The Braves are back home. It seems like forever since the Braves have been at home. 3-game set coming with the Brewers. Quinn Priester going for the Brew Crew. He's 10-2, has a 3.27 ERA and 89 strikeouts. Eric Fetty scheduled to go for the Braves. He's 3-11, has a 5.33 ERA and 66 strikeouts. For leadoff show at 6, first pitch against the Brewers, 7:15, of course, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
Hey folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Good morning. It's busy coming off that ramp from Western Avenue on 640 going westbound. It continues to build down 75 through Campbell County, Anderson County, a few school buses out here, certain counties here in East Tennessee this morning. So be careful as it gets heavier now. Chapman Highway, especially coming inbound towards that Henley Street Bridge. Hey, if your check engine light comes on, just Google search Knucklebusters Amco Knoxville. Amco, serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
On the program, a little Elvis there. I like it, Bubba. I like it, the king. A little rock and roll here. Start of Monday. It's going to be a beautiful week. I want to remind everyone that Wednesday night is our fan run night over at the Smokies Ballpark, which I still haven't gotten a lot of details on. I mean, the rumor is that I'm throwing out first pitch, fellas, for the Smokies night.
We're going to blur you out?
Huh?
We're going to blur you out?
We probably should. That'd be a funny joke. Now you're talking, Bubba. That's a good content idea. If the pitch is bad, oh, yeah. Yeah, now we're on to something. That's good thinking by you, Bubba. If the pitch is bad, we're going to blur me out.
Who is that mystery participant
you just
throwing out the first pitch?
You see like a wide blur, just a big fat blur.
Come on.
The thing is, I haven't heard from any of the officials at the with the Smokies. I just kind of spoke this into existence of me throwing out the first pitch because I didn't have anybody to do it. John did it last year. And so I just started telling everybody. I started telling Russell and Bob and John. I was like, yeah, the rumor is I'm throwing out first pitch this year. Like I would just say it to Russ, like, yeah, they should be good with that, right? Me throwing out first pitch. And I was like, I talked to Bob about it. And he said, oh, yeah, okay. And then I talked to Bob. I'd be like, yeah, Bob, I think I'm going to throw out first pitch. I was talking to Russ. I let him know about it, so we're all kind of on the same page. Then I told John, I was like, hey, John, I think, I talked to Bob and Russ. I'm throwing out first pitch. Basically, I just started saying I'm throwing out first pitch. and now it's a thing. So we'll see if that actually happens.
You think there's somebody else here at the station that secretly really wanted to throw out the first pitch?
I don't know, but they didn't speak it into existence like I did.
Like, what if, Bob was the one that really wanted to throw out the first pitch?
If Bob really wanted to throw out the first pitch, I'd say, Bob, do your thing, man, But he didn't express any interest in doing it. So, I mean, I don't have to throw out first pitch. I just think it'd be kind of cool.
I think you would deliver a perfect strike right down the middle.
That's the plan. The plan is to go out there like George W. Bush post 9/11. That's the plan. Throw it right down the pipe. But I'm sure that was John's plan last year too, and we all know what happened. His pitch ended up skirting across the dirt. So it doesn't always work out the way you planned. But that is the plan. Brandon writes in, Peyton Lewis and Deshaun Bishop look like they hit the weight room hard this offseason, with hard in all caps. I think that room will be better than expected.
Hard, baby. Hard.
Okay. No need to make it weird, Bubba. I think they will be good. I mean, I think the running back room will be, when you say better than expected, what are our expectations? Because I feel like we've all been talking about it being just as good as it was last year collectively. More of a less of a one-man operation. You don't have a Dylan Sampson, but more of a running back by committee. I feel like the narrative over the offseason has been, as a committee, we're going to have just as many rushing yards as we did last year. That's the hope.
Yeah, I think that's my expectation. I mean, every year of Josh Heupel's tenure at Tennessee, we've had elite rushing offense.
Yeah.
No matter who's back there.
Jalen Wright.
Jabari Small.
He's in the NFL now.
Sometimes Cam Seldon every now and then, maybe, for like one season. Peyton Lewis. I mean, these guys, they keep replacing them with dogs.
I thought last year, I felt like there was definitely a drop-off behind Sampson. Like, you're not going to have that one workhorse, that one absolute stud. But maybe, I mean, given what we've seen and how these guys look now, maybe they have come along. I mean, that's another thing, in college football, guys develop. So you expect guys to get better year over year. I mean, they're right in the peak age range of growth and development and getting better and all of that. So that is the hope, is that they have gotten better and they're more physically imposing. My hope is that, as we discussed, running back by committee, that we're just as good as we were last year. The offense that we run typically in the past has been conducive to running backs being able to get yards on the ground. You look at the wide splits, the wide lanes, you have open lanes running the football. So that's the hope. But we'll see. Every running back we return or brought in averages more than 5.1 yards a carry, says Chase. Is that true? I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll double check that, but that looks.
I don't know if he's saying that's what he expects or if that's already a thing. I have to look at the stats. Let me check the stats.
Brandon Smith said again that I don't think people are really hyping up the backs, especially not outside of the fan base, and that they aren't household names for a lot of people. I agree with that. Not too many people know Deshaun Bishop.
No, I mean, these are guys that they've been in the system. They've played. we've seen them on the field, but not as much because it was Dylan Sampson's show last year.
Now, I will say I believe Peyton Lewis was I'm not a 5-star, but a 4-star recruit. And I think he might be a little more known because he is rumored to have like elite level speed. That's been something since his high school recruitment that was talked about.
He was a 4-star coming out according to 247. I mean, a top 200 player in the country, top 15 running back. That's what 247 had him at. I'd have to check the other one on 3 and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think we're expecting that these guys will at least be on the field. I mean, these are your running backs, so they're going to be on the field contributing. I don't know who's stood out, if one has stood out more than the other. It seems like the general consensus is that we're going to just use everybody and again have that committee approach. So
I do have it on somewhat good authority that so far Bishop has taken most of the halfback one or running back one reps.
Okay.
But that's from my buddy who's in the building, and I can't say his name.
Josh.
Yeah.
His name's Josh. Peyton Lewis was, 4-star on Rivals as well. So, but he was a solid 4-star coming out. So,
according to Heartland Sports, Tennessee has the 6th best running back room in the SEC.
According to who?
Heartland Sports.
6th best in the
SEC. Well, with a name like Heartland Sports, I mean, they got to be pretty accurate. 6th best. Oh, in the SEC, not in the nation. Huh?
1 is Texas, 2 is A&M, 3 is Oklahoma, 4 is Florida, 5 is LSU.
Is it bad that as a college football, as an SEC football media member, that I don't know any of the other running backs pretty much at any of the other schools?
No, it's because players keep transferring. Like the only one I can think of right now immediately is Jaden Ott, transfer for Oklahoma from Cal.
I know Jaden.
Yeah, that's a big name.
Jaden Baugh at Florida, but he's not an elite guy. So
according to Heartland Sports, he's propping that room up.
I mean,
they have us above Georgia, though.
I mean, on the media poll that I voted
and above Alabama.
On the SEC media poll I voted in, where I voted Tennessee number 1 to finish number 1 in the SEC, Deshaun Bishop was one of the candidates you could vote for best running back in the SEC. Like to be on the preseason team. So, like, obviously he's somewhat highly thought of. Caden Durham, LSU, Nate Frazier, Georgia.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes
Jaden
Frazier.
Baugh. And then, the guy at Texas is Quintravion Wisner.
Jose Le'Veon Moss from A&M.
He's not on this top 5 list.
Interesting.
But Wisner, the guy from Texas, was did you know he's the lone 1,000-yard rusher from last season?
Really?
Coming back to the SEC. So he shared duties last year with Jaden Blue and still had over 1,000 yards. He's versatile, too. Catches the ball out of the backfield. He had 300 yards receiving. So people are high on the Texas offense for sure coming into the year. But there are a lot of people's picks to win the SEC. Will we have a 1,000-yard rusher?
Yes.
You're going yes?
Yes.
Jackson, you think we'll have a 1,000-yard rusher?
I'm not sure. I think it'll depend.
Before I stand on business, sorry to keep cutting you off here, Jackson.
You're good.
You definitely did cut him right off there. I asked him a very clear question, and
he's used to it.
You said, nope, I'm answering this.
He's used to it.
You know how many yards Dylan Sampson had last year?
893.
Not to cut you off, Bubba, but 1,491 yards.
That's more than 893.
How about that?
I think us having a 1,000-yard rusher will depend on how much Star Thomas is used and in which way he is used. If we have 3 backs splitting reps running, I think we may get a guy who gets the most reps, like a Deshaun Bishop, maybe end up with 800. Then you have a Peyton Lewis 500 and Star Thomas 400, something along those lines. But if it's more of a Deshaun Bishop and Peyton Lewis show and Star Thomas comes in on third downs when you need a receiving threat, maybe you see Deshaun Bishop get up to like 1,100.
You know what happened, Jackson, the last time that we had a Lewis at running back and we opened the year against Syracuse?
He had 2,000 yards.
Well, that year he got hurt against Auburn, but
in the NFL. I'm thinking of Jamal Lewis, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about in college. I was trying to do a thing where we're opening the year against Syracuse. We got a running back named Lewis.
Won the national championship, something along those lines.
We did. Yeah. And we don't play Auburn this year, which means he can't get hurt. So
Deshaun had 455 last season, and Lewis had 339.
Steven says, what's up with the Duke kid being the 3? Yeah, I mean, that's another guy, Star Thomas. We'll talk more about it in the next hour. We got to get to a break. That's the end of hour 1 here on Talk Sports. Hour 2 right after this.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Citizens National Bank.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the C&B Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at C&B has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Dental health is so important. It's one of those things that if you don't stay on top of it, it can really come back to haunt you, both financially and, of course, in terms of your physical health. If it's been a while since you've been to the dentist or you've got a dental issue that needs attention, do what I do. Go to Malone and Costa Dentistry at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule your appointment online right now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just give them a call at 865-539-1776 and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the hell is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's Nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit men'spro-knoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
But to have him just admit that the reason he was a Vol was because of two big fat white women, really a shocking revelation from Brian Williams.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Duke Cruz got me drunk, got me 2 fat white women, and I woke up. I was a VFL.
He woke up like a piece of turkey, just right there between 2 pieces of white bread, thick pieces of white bread, Texas toast, just sandwiched right there in the middle.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
I bet they made him breakfast the next morning too. That's the good thing about those big girls. You wake up beside them, next day they'll take care of you. They don't just leave or ask you to leave. Next morning you're gonna get fed.
Going to brunch with them is not about the Instagram pictures. It is not about the mimosas.
It's about the satisfaction of brunch.
It's not about the Instagram captions. They want the biscuits and gravy too. Matter of fact, they're like, hey, you know what? Let's just go to Cracker Barrel. Give me an Uncle Herschel's.
It's funny you mentioned Uncle Herschel's because that's what I usually get.
I know, Cody.
On 1340 WKGN.
Brian Williams. Thank God for Brian Williams just being honest with us.
In a world full of faking, he just wanted the big women and bacon.
White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hour 2 headlines. Hour 2 headlines. Bubba, what do you got?
That's crazy that you just pull that out of hat. Have no fear. Bubba's here with the headlines.
Oh, you do have headlines.
We have Micah Parsons requesting a trade from the Cowboys.
Now, that was huge news at the end of the week. That was a Friday drop, right? I believe
it was a Friday bombshell.
Yeah, after we got off the air, of course, Micah Parsons said he was requesting a trade, and the media ran wild. They said, oh, no, this is different. This one's different. This is not what Terry McLaurin did. He's fed up. He's not just holding out. He wants out for sure. He's getting out of there. Micah Parsons, this is not like CeeDee Lamb. This is not like Ezekiel Elliott or Dak. He posted a whole novel about his time in Dallas, and I think it gets worked out. I still think that ultimately that's how it ends, right? Jerry, they figure it out. Jerry ends up paying him.
I don't know. I mean, Jerry kind of doubled down and says, we love Micah, but no players above the team and the logo on their helmet.
So the latest on Micah Parsons, you think he's planning to sit out the year? I mean, what could he do?
Just get traded to a team that wants him. I think that's what he wants in this scenario from Micah's side, or he just wants to get paid a lot, but also, I don't know.
The week closed in Oxnard with the Cowboys and Parsons locked in the same place they started. No calls, no proposals, and no movement.
It's weird because Jerry's whole shtick is dealing with players personally than their agents, right? Which that also led to a different type of situation that unfolded too. I don't know if you saw this segment put up by Jay-Z and Rock Nation Sports Management. How in 2015 at the 21 Club on a napkin, Jerry Jones, Juan Perez, Sean, Jay-Z Carter, and Stephen Jones negotiated a 5-year, $70 million deal, which included a $45 million guarantee and $20 million signing bonus for Dez Bryant. At the time, it was the second largest contract for a wide receiver in NFL history. The claim that Mr. Carter on Rock Nation representatives did not return a call from Jerry Jones, not only a false statement, but a comical one.
You're saying you're talking about Jay-Z?
This was
and Jerry Jones?
I guess whenever they represented Dez Bryant way back when.
Yeah, 2015. And they got a deal done. You said they got that deal done in the club on a napkin?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine Jerry Jones and Jay-Z in a club together.
I can believe Jerry Jones.
Bet there was
he just seems like a Robert Kraft kind of guy.
I can picture that actually happening.
Yeah, I can too. It actually checks out.
It really does.
Yeah. I could see that being a situation where one guy really respects the other, like Jerry Jones and Jay-Z actually probably have a mutual respect for each other and their business acumen. Two very different guys, though, it seems.
Even
right? Two very different walks of life.
Also different walks of life is Johnny Manziel and Gilly the Kid having some drama.
What happened?
It's just Gilly was, I guess, down in Cam Newton, and then Johnny Manziel took it upon himself to say, "Yo, Gilly, you may be the biggest."
Who is Gilly? Who the hell's Gilly? You're reporting this information like this is somebody we all know. Am I just out of the loop here? This is where we need John. I'm not. Am I out of the pop culture loop? Who the hell is Gilly? I had a friend named Gilly in high school. His last name was Gillahan, so we called him Gilly.
He's just a rapper.
A rapper named Gilly. Okay, so what's going on with Johnny Manziel and Gilly?
Johnny Manziel just decided to take it upon himself to start causing some heat. Brother saying that if he sees him, he's going to slap the you-know-what out of him.
So they're beefing.
This was, I'm sorry to steal your thunder, but I can provide a little more context.
Please do, because I don't have any.
This was in response to Gilly the Kid, who I assume is from Philadelphia. He's a big Philadelphia fan. He was recorded on video holding up Philadelphia's Lombardi trophy, talking a bunch of crap to Cam Newton, because Cam Newton has been in the news the last couple of weeks trying to take credit away from Jalen Hurts, which I think is very fair. But Gilly the Kid basically said, F you, Cam Newton. You don't have one of these. Jalen Hurts does. And Johnny Manziel said, Gilly, you're a loser. If I ever see you, I'm going to slap you.
Okay, so we talked about this a little bit at the end of last week. This came up Friday, the Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts beef. So that's what this has to do with. So now Johnny Manziel is weighing in?
Yep.
And he's on whose side?
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Okay, well, that makes sense. He played at the same time Cam Newton did. It seems like Manziel would be more of a Cam guy. I mean, I know he came a year after Cam, but same general. I imagine they knew each other somewhat. So he's in the Cam Newton camp. Johnny Manziel is. Johnny Football. Well, whose opinion could we possibly respect more than Johnny Manziel? I mean, that's a guy who he knows the position.
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to be a quarterback in the NFL for a minute. For like a brief, really short minute.
We also have, I know we were talking about in hour one, Tennessee's blurred out video.
Right.
Well, this school deleted their video completely after LSU's team high video, and the first still included the ever forbidden video tower.
Yeah, all along the watchtower there. People dropping like flies.
Very questionable move by LSU's media.
Yeah, what the hell were they thinking?
They put out this video, hype video, but in the very first still, it's like those media watchtowers.
Terrible way for a Brian Kelly coached program to start a hype video, Jackson. I don't know if you're familiar with Brian Kelly and film towers.
Oh, I'm very familiar with the murder he committed.
He killed a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Murder.
How does that get through? The thing I always wonder about these things like this, Bubba, is how does it get to that point where it's actually posted? Like there's always stuff like that, like commercials and stuff, and like some things I can see where it slips through the cracks. Like for example, the Sydney Sweeney jeans thing, the jeans ad. I could see where that one slipped through because it didn't seem like that big of a deal to me. Like I could see where that goes through multiple interns, multiple PR people, and they're like, yeah, it's good. Let's run the ad. But this, I mean, is it not what Brian Kelly is known for outside of coaching football? Like if you were to list the 5 things that Brian Kelly's known for, number 1, coaching football, right? Number 2, kid dying under his watch because he fell off a film tower when it was too windy. Like those are the top 2 things.
Number 3 would be faking an accent.
Yeah, probably so. Family. It's good to be with my LSU family. So, like, I can understand where, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal if you're not familiar with the story. It seems harmless if you don't know about what happened years ago at Notre Dame. But you should know about that. If you're somebody on the staff, right? Somebody had to have been like, hey, I don't know if we should roll with this right out of the opening gate here. People are going to make fun of us. But they did it anyway, and then they deleted it. So obviously they acknowledged their that it was a mistake.
Cody, how do the phone lines feel right now?
Well, Bubba, I mean,
is that something that you're okay with?
We're in the middle of headlines, but sure, why not?
Don't worry.
Go ahead.
All right, DR, what's going on, pal? Oh, I think I just hung up on him. That's on me. Oh, God.
All right, then. Well, maybe we can get DR on the other side. But I'm glad we were going to try it right there. So, anyway, Bubba, you got anything else?
For headlines, absolutely.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Dick
well,
Vitale,
I guess you're doing headlines today.
Dick Vitale joins Cody McClure as the man who absolutely hates the extra innings runner on second rule.
Oh, okay.
In MLB.
Really?
As he says, as a baseball fan, I can't stand this rule in extra innings that starts the inning with the man on second base. To me, that is not real baseball. Yes, I know it is up to speed up the game, but to me, it is very frustrating to watch as a baseball fan.
I'm right there with you, Dick. I'm right there with you. The first time I saw it, I said, whoa, what is this? This isn't baseball. What have they done to my game? Where has the purity gone?
When did he tweet that?
That was 11:40 a.m. yesterday.
I wonder what game he was watching. When was this a situation? Or was it just on his mind?
I thought he was maybe.
Well, this past weekend for baseball, there's a lot of stuff that happened.
Well, I know the big thing that happened, but
the Rockies coming back.
The Rockies coming. What happened with the Rockies?
I mean, they were down at a substantial amount,
like 17-8 or something like that, and came back and won.
Oh yeah, I believe I heard about that.
They were down 9-0.
I was driving around, had the
before they even got a chance to bat.
Yeah, and then it was like a back and forth game,
and then
right?
they walked it off 17-16.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, Saturday night, I guess. 17-16. Wow. Yeah.
It seems as though the Pirates are the second team in MLB history to have a first inning with 9 runs, 10 hits, a grand slam, a 3-run homer, and then still lose.
All right, that's enough for the news. We'll try to get DR in on the other side. I guess we're opening the phone lines up. 865-966-3435. Is that it, Bubba? Yeah. 865-966-3435. If you would like to be like DR Vol and also get hung up on by Bubba, we'll try to do that to you after the break if you want to try to call. If you hear silence on your end, just know Bubba didn't want to talk to you. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Only 3 homestands remaining to see your Knoxville Smokies play this season. And this week will be full of celebrations, starting with free hot dog night on Tuesday. All the hot dogs you can eat all night long. And if you're still hungry, we've got all you can eat Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers. Then on Friday, we honor one of the founding members of the Negro Southern League, the Knoxville Giants. On Saturday, we're continuing the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. And on Sunday is Cocoa Melon Day. Grab your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't
Be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Good morning. Starting to build pretty good out here now in West Knoxville. It's getting crowded at times. 40 east and west over the top of West Hills as that traffic builds out towards the Oak Ridge area. Right on schedule on that Solway Bridge. Still building down 75, coming over Jellicoe Mountain, traveling down through that northern section of Campbell County this morning. Watch for a little bit of radar. Hey, don't miss the Atlanta Braves Alumni Golf Tournament coming up September 15th this year at the Aquati Farms there in Blount County. All proceeds benefiting the foster kids of East Tennessee. Log on to fosteringhope.tn.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Incident occurred during an Oasis concert over the weekend at Wembley Stadium, where a fan fell to his death, prompting widespread shock. A tragic fall. You know, we ended the last hour talking about a fall with Brian Kelly. Oasis also caused a fall. The band has expressed their condolences, stating that they were shocked and saddened by the event. Authorities are investigating the circumstances as fans and the band come together to mourn the loss of a fellow concert goer. Apparently, it was a man in his 40s. He fell off the upper deck at approximately just after 10 p.m. during the concert. Eyewitnesses reported hearing screams and saw paramedics rushing to assist him, but the man was pronounced dead at the scene.
Honestly, it's a heck of a way to go.
Hey, DR, you're on the show. What's going on, man? But no, Bubba was actually just answering the call. And now, Jackson, it appears that he's in a phone conversation with DR Vol. And we're going to try to patch him in. Right, Bubba? Is that what's happening now? Bubba?
Do what?
Is DR on the phone?
I hope so. Let's see.
DR Vol, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Cody?
Hey,
Let's
it
go.
worked.
It worked.
Good job, Bubba. What's happening, brother?
Not much, man. You apologize for calling during headlines. You had mentioned Johnny Manziel and had to call you about that. Did you see that viral video going around where college kids don't know who he is?
No, I haven't seen that, but you don't have to apologize, DR. That's Bubba's fault. You can call whenever you want to call. It's up to Bubba to figure out when to put you on.
As the producer.
So college kids don't know who Johnny Manziel is?
Oh, dude, the video's depressing. Yeah, they asked him who he is, and he said, he used to play college football, and he said, what do you do now? And he said, I'm just a regular guy, and he looked so depressed during it. And it's insane. I mean, are we that far out from him, people not knowing who he is? I mean, he was awesome. I remember sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings when he beat Alabama. He was incredible, and now they don't even know who he is.
Well, I mean, it's been, 12, 13 years ago? What was his last year, 2013, I think? Or was it 2012? It was somewhere right in there. But it's been more than a decade, so I guess most of these kids would have been, fairly young. But if they're college football fans, that should have been right in the heart of the first part of their fandom, I would think.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just random. They're just like random people at a bar or.
Yeah, basically is what it was. Kind of like how Davey with Outkick goes up to random people and interviews them. I don't know. It's very depressing to me. It always amazes me that he used to play drunk. I mean, Cody, you're a former varsity athlete. Can you imagine doing that?
No. We didn't, believe it or not, we didn't drink at all during the season. We outlawed the booze because we were focused on trying to win a championship. So we actually didn't booze at all. We didn't even celebrate with alcohol. Now, that summer, we had quite a bit of booze, of course. We did some partying over the summer, but, I mean, I've always been of the mindset that you shouldn't drink during the season, but that's just me. That's how we did it personally. Now, we'd take a whole bunch of ibuprofen to try to numb the pain because we had some of the older players telling us that was smart to do. So before a game, we'd take like 10 or 12 ibuprofen because they said, yeah, that's what you need to do.
God.
Yeah, I know. Seems kind of dumb in hindsight, but at the time, we thought that's what you were supposed to do because we had a kid on the team. His older brother said they used to do it. You know how that stuff goes when you're playing sports in high school. You just do what the guys before you did. So yeah, take 12 ibuprofens. You won't feel any pain. Like, all right.
That's kind of how it was. That's when I played from when I was a former varsity athlete, 03 to 07. No, 03 to 06. That's kind of when energy drinks started becoming a thing. I remember I drank 3. What were they? They were Rock Stars, and it was 2 servings per can. So it was 6 servings of energy drinks before a playoff game. And I passed out on the sideline, Cody.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'll get you. Them Rock Stars, they'll get you. Hey, you wanted to be fired up, though. You had the right mentality about it. You just chose the wrong medicine, I guess. But
yeah, mixing that with creatine, it was a good little mixture.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Bubba, I'm a big fan of yours. I think I don't really care for your socialism views on the tickets, but other than that, what are your thoughts? You're a Colts fan, right, man?
Yes, sir.
What were your thoughts on Anthony Richardson when y'all drafted him, and what do you think of him now?
As a Vols fan,
being a bomb.
As a Vols fan, I was completely disgusted by the pick. And then as a Colts fan, I was disappointed in the pick. And then he goes and gets hurt, and then we rely on our backups. And now, DR, I can tell you, I am pulling for Daniel Jones 100% this season.
You think he's gonna? You're pulling for him because that's all you can do, or you think he can actually?
I mean, I like Danny Dimes whenever he was at Duke. There's something about him kind of reminded me of Andrew Luck in a weird way. Just a white guy that just runs occasionally, basically. I don't think New York Football Giants are the best, or is the best organization for certain players. We see Saquon having his breakout seasons with the Eagles. So I hope that this change of scenery and, BFE Indiana with cornfields now instead of big high-rise buildings is going to be enough for Daniel Jones to rekindle his flame and fire for football and re-hone his skills.
I got you. I got you. I'm definitely going to take a little more interest in the Titans this year now that that idiot from Kentucky, knowing he's not going to play for him. Last question, I'll go. Cody, you got you a good group around you today. Maga Jackson, do you think he was more fired up for the playoff game last year against Ohio State or for January 6th? And I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Appreciate you, DR. Thank you for the call. Well, Jackson, I mean, if you had to pick one, both obviously key events in your life.
Jeez.
Big time, very important.
Well, I can say I was there for one and not the other.
I didn't think I saw you in Columbus.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was in Columbus, but not at the Capitol.
Both had very high stakes.
They did. And, I did talk a whole lot of smack before the Columbus game. And I'm sure I would have talked a whole lot of smack if I was at January 6th. Now, if we're talking sheer importance, got to take January 6th.
I wonder which one had more people die. Because, typically, I mean, how many people died on January 6th? Like 3?
I think so.
I know of at least one. The one person got shot. But let's say 3 people died.
Something died inside of me sitting there watching Ohio State beat the hell out of Tennessee.
Yeah, it did. Well, it did me too. In the cold, my toes were in a lot of. I was in a lot of pain in my toes. That's the one thing, they said, and those Northerners said, what you were supposed to do is stand on cardboard. And I thought that they were just joking around, but it turns out a lot of people were standing on cardboard. And for some reason, I guess that keeps the concrete from penetrating through your feet, because I had 2 pairs of thick ass socks and some boots on, and my toes were still killing me. Like I had pain in the toes. I was great everywhere else. I was warm everywhere else, but my damn toes. The one thing I didn't account for. I thought 2 thick pairs of wool socks and boots would be enough. Should have stood on a layer of cardboard.
And see, the Ohio boys in front of me taught me to stay warm. They just pulled out a little container of something that had a little fire involved to it.
Just a little whiskey?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm still hung up on this Oasis situation here. This guy that fell off of this wall.
I feel like there's been a lot of falling deaths and situations here recently. What are stadiums doing here?
He fell over the wall and then hit the lower level, I guess. And I wonder if it was a wonder wall. How about that? Oh, there's the wall. Hey, I wonder what happened. He fell over the wall. Slide away. Turns out he's not going to live forever. All right. Well, that'll do it for this segment. We'll be back on the other side. It's TalkSports.
Hold on.
Wow, what now?
There's the time was here.
Huh? What are you talking about, the time?
Ain't been that long. I was also wanted to circle back to DR Vols' point about people not remembering players and stuff. And in a way, I kind of get it, but also I kind of don't, because that means kids would have been born in like 06, 07, 08. So they would have been anywhere from like 7 to 10, 12 years old to see Johnny Manziel, play at A&M and then in the NFL for the Browns. That would have been people, like my age, trying to remember people like Tim Tebow and Darren McFadden, Michael Crabtree, Jake Long.
Jake Long,
Hey,
the lineman?
Yeah.
I remember him. Texas A&M, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
had some studs on that team back when Johnny played. I mean, Mike Evans, obviously, comes to mind. Jake Long. They had he was Michigan, wasn't he? They had another Jake for A&M, another lineman. They had 2 big tackles. They had Luke. You remember that guy, Jockle or whatever?
Oh yeah, Luke Jokel. Yeah.
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 And then they had a Jake something. It wasn't Jake Long though. That was Michigan, right?
It was Michigan.
Yeah, but it seems like around the same time, somewhere back in there. I don't know. It's hard to put together all those years.
Also, Aqib Talib too. I played at Kansas.
What are you talking about right now?
I'm just to DR's point. Like I'm trying to think of guys that I grew up. I would have been around the same age. So if they would ask me like who I remember, do I remember Aqib Talib playing? Be like, I do. You know, so
Yeah, but you were a football fan. I wonder if these were just random people that, like random street goers. I mean, I could see where maybe if you weren't a sports fan, you didn't know Johnny Manziel. But like if you're,
I feel like you should though for his out of sports, events.
yeah, but there's a lot of people who don't care anything about sports.
Yeah, but this guy was involved in some other substances and headlines.
Yeah, but it's not like you would just know him. Like he wasn't that famous. Like
That's true. I mean, I guess there's probably some actors out there and actresses that have probably gotten a DUI that I'm unfamiliar with. And it's
yeah, you go ask a random theater kid to name 3 athletes, they'll tell you Tom Brady, LeBron James, like Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Johnny wasn't that famous, but to any sports fan, you should know him. If you're a sports fan at all, I'd like to see where these people were asking these questions. Was it in a sports bar? Is it just a random place? I don't know. I haven't seen the videos, but he was exciting. Like if you liked college football at the time, I mean, you gotta at least give him that. He was fun to watch. But if you look back on it, maybe he wasn't all that special. Clearly didn't make it in the league.
Like Bo Nix. That's my comparison.
Yeah. Johnny Manziel
I hate Bo Nix.
crawled so that Bo Nix could walk. Actually, Kyler Murray first. Because Kyler Murray kind of came right after Johnny Manziel, and people made the comparisons to him at the time. Johnny Manziel walked so Kyler Murray could
hobble,
run around, and break his leg.
Theater.
Yeah.
So how does Bo Nix tie into Johnny Manziel?
I'm just saying that's who he reminds me of.
Bubba's comparing Bo Nix to Johnny Manziel.
I know. I was a little confused because Bo Nix spent like 9 years in college.
Bo Nix is a much better quarterback, too.
He's all right.
Oh, he's much better than Johnny Manziel. If we're talking at this point in their
Yeah,
careers.
but I mean, how much better is much better? I mean, does that say a whole lot?
I mean, Johnny never made it in the league. Bo Nix is leading the Denver team that's probably going to make the playoffs this year. Possibly going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a wild card. I think people have accepted Denver as a fringe top 10 NFL team, wild card contender for sure.
Unless that mighty sophomore slump comes for him.
That's a thing you got to keep an eye on. I mean, I've said it. That's what I'm worried about with Jaden Daniels this year. I'm worried about the Commanders.
And not enough bumps.
Johnny Manziel, on the
Shout
other
out
hand,
the Michigan baseball player.
Johnny Manziel had plenty of bumps. Cocaine, Jackson. Johnny Manziel.
I know. I was just referencing the Michigan baseball player who celebrated his triple.
Oh, okay.
By showing his favorite extracurricular sport, little slope action.
Oh yeah, riding slopes.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel loved cocaine. Did you watch the documentary? Did you guys see that on Johnny?
I did.
Yeah, guy was a real knucklehead. But
you know what I didn't like is that they went hard on all those sports documentaries except for the one about Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer was a big puff piece for him.
Yeah, it depends on who's funding the documentary. Who's behind the money. Can I take a break yet, Bubba? Am I allowed to go to break? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, we reached about that time-wise, so.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Sorry, I got to do stuff with the traffic. I got a lot on my plate here today. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Citizens National Bank. You want a bank that lets you bank when and where you want to. Your local branch, the grocery store, your computer, your phone, it's up to you. You want people who care about taking care of you and your money too. Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee comes in. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. They're your line of defense. FBITN.com.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance of the Tennessee Vols. I'm here to be that line of defense for all your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871 and go Vols.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the hell is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's Nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit menspronknoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Would you rather have a 1,000-yard rusher or a 1,000-yard receiver this season? That is the question over on the Fan Run TV YouTube, which you can find by searching Fan Run TV on YouTube, or just Fan Run Radio or Fan Run Sports or some variation of that. You can watch the live stream over there on YouTube. Would you rather have a 1,000-yard rusher or a 1,000-yard receiver if you could pick this year? For me, my first immediate thought on that is receiver, just because I think you've got more question marks at receiver. There's more unknown there with the freshmen. We've seen Peyton Lewis on the field. We've seen Deshaun Bishop on the field. I think you've got more high-end potential at wide receiver. Whereas, as we discussed last hour, the approach for the running back position, I think, could be more of a collective approach. So if you tell me, hey, you got no 1,000-yard rusher, you got no Dylan Sampson, but you got one guy with 600 yards, one guy with 700 yards, like, that's kind of what I would have thought we were going to have coming into the year anyway. So I feel like that's more par for the course on our expectations from the running back standpoint. Whereas at wide receiver, you tell me we got a 1,000-yard receiver, I say, okay, Okay, my interest is pretty peaked there because then I'm thinking Jalen Hyatt. I'm thinking Cedric Tillman the year before. I'm thinking, all right, we got this passing game going again. We got some balance going again. We're not just defense and running the football anymore. We're fun again. So my answer would be wide receiver because I'd be like, well, who was it? You know, did Mike Matthews break out? Was he the 5-star we thought he was going to be? Did Chris Brazzell get that much better as he just had a stud year at the wide receiver position? Was it one of these freshmen? I wouldn't think we'd have a freshman with 1,000 yards, but hey, you never know. For me, the answer is definitely wide receiver. We saw a 1,000-yard rusher last year, and we were bored with the offense, right? I mean, everybody loves Dylan Sampson, but as a whole, we were bored with that offense. Now, you made the playoffs. You went 10-2, but all we did all year was complain about how we didn't have enough in the passing game. So give me the fun, give me the excitement, give me the 1,000-yard receiver. Bubba, any thoughts?
I'm kind of leaning towards the receiver side just because I don't know. It's tough, though, because it's like last year, our leading receivers was Deontay Thornton. He had 661 yards.
Right. 661, I think. That's how they say that. Yep.
So, and then like the season before that, you know, Squirrel White had 800 yards.
Ugh.
And he was our leading receiver.
Squirrel White was the leading receiver in 23 with 800 yards.
As far as rushing, you know, the past few seasons we've had 1,000 plus, but in 2022, we did not have a 1,000-yard rusher. Instead, we had an 875 and 430 and 734.
So in 2023, you're saying?
2022.
2022.
We did not have a 1,000-yard rusher, but we had two 700 and 800 yards. You know, from Small and
Jalen
Wright.
Yeah. So if you tell me we do that again, to me that's way more fun because we had Jalen Hyatt
had 1,267 yards.
Who was our second leading receiver in 2022?
Brew McCoy with 667. Ramel Keaton with 562.
Okay.
And then Ced Till with 417.
If you just look at which Tennessee offenses have been the most fun,
the 2022 was kind of fun.
That was the one. Now, I don't think we'll have another Biletnikoff winner. I don't think we'll have another 1,200-yard guy, but if you can get a guy to crack 1,000, to me, that means your passing game has improved tremendously. And, again, it's more of a running back by committee approach. I feel like I've said that 18 times during this show now. But, like, that's what we're expecting. We're not expecting a 1,000-yard rusher this year, are we? Like that, I feel like that would surprise everyone.
I don't know if we should expect that just because, like, with our running back room, I think we're expecting kind of to be a 2 and 3 kind of, you know, backfield. We expect guys to be rotated out somewhat evenly or thoroughly. You know, Star Thomas looks like he has a purpose. Deshaun Bishop and Peyton Lewis seem like they're going to get split carries. So,
how about a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver? That'd be fun.
Total yards or?
Yeah.
So you tell me Star Thomas gets 500 and 500 to become 1,000, or?
No, I'm saying you have a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver. You have one guy do each because you almost had that in 2022. You said our leading guy had 800 and something in 2022. So that's, you know, one more huge game theoretically.
Well, I mean, at that point, if we have each of that, then I'm expecting us to be in the playoffs.
Jackson, you get a 1,000-yard rusher or a 1,000-yard receiver. Which one are you taking?
I like airing the ball out, man. Give me the 1,000-yard receiver.
I feel like that's what most of the fan base is going to say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just based on what we've seen, because we have a very good example in the last 3 years of each. 2022 was the 1,000-yard receiver. 2024 was the 1,000-yard rusher. And there's a big difference in perception of those two offenses.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the key to Tennessee's offense being successful is running the ball well to open up the pass. And so if we have a 1,000-yard receiver, probably tells me we're not running the ball too poorly either. So I'll take the 1,000-yard receiver any day of the week.
Yeah, because either way, you're going to have balance if you want to do anything, right? You can't be one-dimensional in today's college football. So, to me, and the 1,000-yard mark doesn't necessarily mean like it doesn't have to be that. We don't have to get there. If you tell me we've got a 900-yard rusher and a 900-yard receiver, I'll take that over one of those guys being 1,000. You know what I mean? And rolling the dice. I'd rather have one each do 900 because I want to be balanced. But you want the numbers to be high. You don't want it to be where you've got, hey, your receivers. We don't want to come into the season and have, 2023 receivers and 2023 running backs. Did we have anybody over 1,000 in 2023? Neither one, right, Bubba? That would have been the worst offense of the last 3 years, right? We'll have to double check that, but
it looks like rushing we had Jalen Wright with 10-13.
Okay, so we did crack 1,000.
And receiving against Squirrel White had 800.
Right.
And 3.
All right. Well, I was wrong then. Jalen Wright did crack 1,000, just barely by 13 yards.
So is that also like if we had almost 1,000 of each and still end up in the 2023 season? How do you feel about that? But also, I mean, the logical choice I think is for the receiver, but the local in me wants big bad Deshaun Bishop to be that 1,000-yard rusher. That'd be really cool.
School pride. He's a Beaver, just like you.
Yep.
I'm going to make that today's SM Athletics poll question. Would you rather Tennessee have a 1,000-yard rusher or a 1,000-yard receiver this season? I think it's a good question. I do believe that when it comes down to it, people are going to choose fun. Like I would be surprised if a 1,000-yard rusher wins this poll. I don't know if it'll be 80-20, but I feel like most everybody wants the passing game to go back to being fun.
But man, running game is so cool though. Just down and dirty,
It
barreling
is.
through dudes and juking them out of their shoes.
It is. I mean, it's football at its purest form.
O-lineman blocking, just.
You're right. You're right about that. I mean, if you're a true football guy, you probably prefer the rusher, right? Like you like winning games like we won last year.
It's nice to dominate up front.
The thing is, that's not so fun if you don't have an elite defense too. Like if you're going to be that kind of football, if you're going to have that mentality, hey, we're just going to out-tough you. We're going to wear you out. That's all fine and dandy if you've got a damn good defense to go along with it. And I think I do prefer that type of football with the caveat of having the defense as well. But you can't be that offense and then also allow 32 points a game. You know what I mean? Then you're just going to find yourself in some bad spots. Whereas with a high-flying passing game, you don't want to be the shootout team, but you can be. You can still score more points that way. Would you rather Tennessee have a 1,000-yard rusher or a 1,000-yard receiver? All right, we're going to put that poll in the field and see what the people think. Shout out to Brandon for sending that one in. I'm just ready to get back to being respected offensively. Like I think it's a big year for Josh Heupel in terms of maybe not his standing in college football or his placement per se. I don't even need people to look at him as a top 10 coach. I hope that he is. But it's more so just the stability of the program, continuing to be able to recruit at a high level. You don't want to see that gradual avalanche that you see at some other schools, because a lot of schools will hire a new coach and they'll get through 3 or 4 years and they'll have a guy that they think is the right guy. And yeah, he's winning at a higher clip than the last guy did. And yeah, he's made 3 straight bowl games and we're recruiting at a pretty good clip. But then you start seeing that gradual slide, and things just get a little stagnant. Whereas my hope for Heupel is that we've got a guy who's still got a lot of room for growth. You know, like we think he's a good coach, but you want to see him continue to get better. I don't want him to be stuck in his ways and just, this is our new offense now, and we're going to try to play elite defense, but maybe this year we win 8 games instead of 10. Like, you get in that stagnant situation. You want to keep evolving. And I feel optimistic about that. Like, I feel hopeful because I think Heupel's that kind of guy. You've seen it with Rick Barnes in basketball. It got a little stagnant there for a while, but then, you know what Barnes did? He evolved. He figured out new things he could do to make his style more fun and more conducive to winning. So I'm still optimistic. That's where I'm at with Heupel.
I do think, you know, in today's game, it's kind of a different method and tenure for coaches, as now people are more into the instant gratification, you know, in the era of NIL and just buying and pay-to-play players. You know, you're assumed to be able to assemble a squad that can compete any given year instead of, you know, developing guys, really. And I think with that, there comes like an added pressure because you don't want a guy at your program that's been there for, you know, 4 or 5, 6 years at most now, and he hasn't really done anything except maybe go to, you know, a Bahamas Bowl or whatever type of Music City Bowl, something like that. That doesn't excite people. That kind of guy would probably be out of a job.
Well, that's where you ended up getting with Butch. You know, I mean, he touted the back-to-back 9-win seasons, and yeah, that was cool, Butch, but you underachieved. Like, and I don't want to make that comparison. Like, we're well over Butch Jones. Like, I don't even want to bring his name up with Heupel because our peaks have already been far more than anything he ever did. But that's not to say it couldn't still get stagnant, you know, even on a higher level. I mean, you can afford one of those eight win years here and there. You can afford a 9-win year, but you want to be up there at that double-digit plateau, you know? And
it's so weird, too, because it's like, you know, last season, 10-2, you know, playing in the college football playoff. Now it completely flips the script for this season, and expectations are different. So it's like, does this year hurt Josh Heupel as much as it should or could, or no?
I don't think there's any way that it hurts Heupel unless it's just a complete train wreck, which I don't think. I mean, I don't want to have to eat my words here, but I don't think that Josh Heupel's program is susceptible to a train wreck. I think a lot of things would have to go wrong for that to happen. You know what I mean? I think he's built enough goodwill that we're in a position where the floor is pretty high. And so I don't see it falling off in that way. I'd just be really shocked if that happened. I'm talking a 6 or 7 win year, something like that, when I'm thinking train wreck. Now, there's some people out there that say this is a 7-5 football team, but I'm not buying that. I think 8's your floor. I think 9's realistic, and I'm hopeful for 10. So that's where I'm at. I think we're in a good place as a program, but we will see. We will see how it goes, and we'll see how the rest of this show goes as we have 1 hour left. This is the end of hour 2. Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio continues right after this.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
The phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait. Attention on the road, that's the only way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street.
No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
If you're looking for a sports talk show that gets to the bottom of the biggest sports topics, then check out Under Review on Fan Run Radio. I'm Bob Baskerville, and every day, Sam Beard and I cover the latest news on the Vols. We also widen our view to cover what's hot in the SEC. From local and national media pros to the coaches and players we all root for, we have the best guests and experts anywhere. So tune in weekdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on AM 1340, FM 105.7, or stream live on our free app. It's Under Review on Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John, Reed, and Cody going wild. No Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Talk Sports 3.0.
Hour 3 kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hour 3 headlines brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. You want to smile, don't you? Maybe you got kicked in the mouth by a horse because you were trying to brush it or something and it didn't like your style. Didn't like the way you were advancing toward it, and so it kicked you right in the mouth. And because of that, your teeth are all messed up now, and you're bleeding from the mouth, and you need somebody who can fix that. And I got to say, Knoxville Smiles, they can fix probably damn near anything when it comes to issues with your mouth. So go give them a visit. Check them out. They do Invisalign and a lot of other good stuff. Knoxville Smiles. Hour 3. Headlines. Bubba, what do we got?
Thank you, Cody. We have El Salvador officially abolishing presidential term limits.
Okay. Now, why are they doing that?
I did not look further.
All right.
Moving on.
Well, that's a good start to the hour. El Salvador is abolishing presidential term limits. Seems like that would leave them open to dictatorship. No. Yes.
That's
no.
a really great theory, Cody, as to why somebody would want to keep holding their term longer and longer and longer.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that. I, for one, am enthralled by the
Let's see if that happens here in America.
potential. Whoa. Take it easy, communist. Boy, Jackson's pissed.
Real quick, I just wanted to find out some information on why.
Did you hear that, Jackson? Did you hear what Bubba said there?
No, I was really trying to figure out why El Salvador is doing this.
Well, I don't know. I guess they got some guy that doesn't want to give up the post.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is to allow President Nayib Bukele
that's
to
how you say that.
seek re-election indefinitely.
Did you hear what Bubba asked? He said, what if we do that in America? What would you think about that, Jackson?
I would not support that.
Okay. All right. You got to draw a line somewhere.
Listen, they call me MAGA,
right?
But over the last month or 2 months, I want to say I'm more America first than I am MAGA.
Hell yeah. And that's something we can all agree on, baby.
All right.
That's where, that's not political, being America first. We all agree on that.
No, but there's a certain movement called America First that maybe some people would recognize. I kind of align with those views more than MAGA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something tells me the America First movement is also probably a little skewing to the right. Just a guess.
It's a little further than MAGA, probably. Yeah. It's like.
It is a great dichotomy we have here on the show over on the P team. We've got one major patriotic capitalist American, and then we have one communist in Bubba.
Oh, that's great that you would go out of your way to say that.
That's what
Hey, moving
Vol
on.
said. What's next?
DR Vol did call you a socialist.
Which I guess by definition is different than a communist. So sorry for that.
I thank him for listening. We have the Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
Are probably going to end up selling the team. And this comes after they traded 11 players throughout the deadline. And
the Minnesota Twins are falling apart. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
It's a shame for such a good organization. I mean, I know they haven't been what they used to be. But, I mean, you look at those old Twins teams. You remember the 91 Twins, Bubba?
I do not.
Oh, boy. Braves fans will remember. Because, see, that was a miracle season for the Braves. Did you know that in 1991, the Atlanta Braves had finished last place like 3 straight years in the NL or something like that? I mean, don't nitpick me if you know better Braves lore than I do. But I think they had finished last place 3 straight years. And then all of a sudden in 1991, the Braves explode. And they come out and make it all the way out. They win the pennant and get all the way to the World Series where they come up short against the Twins. But many people, Bubba, regard it as one of the greatest World Series in history, the 1991 World Series between the Twins and the Braves. They had like 4 games go to extra innings or something like that. Maybe it was 3. But they had like 4 games decided by, like at the very end, like by 1 run. Some of them were decided by the last at-bat. Just high drama in the 91 World Series. Carry on with what you were doing.
Speaking of the World Series, yet another adult toy was thrown onto a WNBA court.
Now, what does that have to do with the World Series? Okay, so it didn't have anything to do with the World Series. Got to work on those transitions there a bit, Bubba. Another dildo was thrown onto the WNBA court.
This person was arrested. And it leaves the question as to why is this happening?
So, and it was just like the first one, right? It was also a big green.
It was.
And pretty big, right? Pretty good size device. It was, how many inches would you say, roughly? Have you seen the object? Have you seen any, perhaps photographs of the object?
Something I did see was star female basketball player Sophie Cunningham actually tweet out, "Stop throwing dildos on the court."
Okay, well, I think that's a totally fair message for her to say.
Yeah, but it was just like
somebody's going to get hurt.
Well, nobody's going to get hurt. Nobody's going to get hit in the face.
I just couldn't believe those were the words I was reading on my X.
Yeah,
as it's called now.
Please stop throwing dildos on the court.
On our court, we could get hurt.
I mean, I don't think Sophie Cunningham's going to get hurt by a dildo. Well, let me rephrase this. I don't think an object like that being thrown in the court is going to hurt anyone. necessarily, but it's bad for the image. It's a bad look, right? For whoever's doing that. Maybe it's the WNBA doing it. Have we considered that maybe they're trying to spice up the ratings a bit?
Now,
that's the theory.
I mean, because you got to look like their season is coming to an end in terms of interest, right? As football gets going, WNBA interest goes down. The two things are definitely, they correlate with one another. Football comes up, WNBA goes down. We stop pretending to care about the WNBA once football season arrives. So maybe it's a move by them to try to keep that interest a little bit through football.
I think it's interesting to see what games this happens to, because this happened during the Chicago Sky and the Golden State Valkyries.
I wonder if it's one guy. Is there a rogue dildo thrower who's now behind bars, or was it two separate? I mean, the guy would have had to travel, right?
I feel like it's going to be two separate. And I feel like the fact that you could also gamble on certain services to see what color the next object would become.
Okay, so we might have a little insider trading now, huh?
Yeah.
So if I go vote now, which books is that serious? You can actually gamble on this? Probably one of those offshores, right?
I think so. I can't
like
confirm.
Polymarket or something.
So theoretically, if I were to go put in a $10,000 bet that the next dildo thrown on the court will be purple,
and then you have to show up to the game with the purple,
and then I go throw it. I mean,
you just 10 bands and paid your bell.
I mean, that's money making 101, right? Like, you cover your bail money. You have somebody set to bail you out of jail in case you get arrested for throwing the dildo.
This sounds like something coming straight out of Congress.
Yeah.
Some insider trading.
Now, what do you mean by
insider trading?
Oh, political. Get political again. Maggie Jackson. That damn Pelosi, am I right? Talk about insider trading. Huh?
Speaking of somebody getting hurt, Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested for domestic violence after an altercation.
Is that another WNBA player?
No, she was the LSU track star.
Okay, so it is a female athlete.
Who's,
all right.
Competed, and this comes after reportedly like slinging the backpack.
Now, what'd she do?
She got into an altercation with her boyfriend in the Seattle-Tacoma airport.
Okay, did she hit him or something? Or
she shoved him against the wall. There was kicking and screaming, and others.
And he's not an athlete, right?
I did not look up her boyfriend.
So she's a big, strong athlete, and she's pushing around this young man she's dating, and someone called the cops. Or perhaps the cops were just there because you said it's in an airport.
It was at an airport.
Oh, okay.
Her boyfriend,
Sha'Carri Richardson,
was Christian Coleman.
What? Oh, there's a Tennessee tie to this?
I believe so.
Well, that's a whole other element here, Bubba.
Christian Coleman's getting abused up in a Seattle airport.
Sha'Carri Richardson sounds like an Alabama running back from back in the day. Perhaps I should be careful on that. So maybe it was Trent Richardson I was thinking of. So what are you telling me? Christian Coleman's getting pushed around by a girl?
Yeah.
By a girl. Well, what happened? Do you have any other details? Were they arguing or?
According to this report by the USA Today, for me personally, I felt like it was a sucky situation all around, Coleman says. I don't feel like she should have been arrested. I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. She has things she needs to work on for sure. So do I. So does everybody. I'm not the type of guy who's in business of extending grace, or I am the type of guy who's in the business of extending grace and mercy and love.
So it was Christian Coleman then, huh?
It was.
Wow. So a Vol tie to this story. Speaking of VFLs, Bubba, by the way, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you had it on your list, but
do.
Okay.
Most likely.
All right. Let's see if we're on the same page here.
Marquez Callaway getting picked up by the 49ers and Cordero Patterson getting dropped.
Okay. That's not what I had, but also very important notes. So, yeah, Marquez Callaway going to be with Juwan Jennings, right?
Who was hurt.
And so he's picked up by the Niners. And then what happened with Patterson?
Should be a Hall of Famer in the future. Cordero Patterson gets dropped.
Okay, I think we had that news like about a week ago, but when he sent out that tweet about how they're cutting him because he's old and washed up. I think we already had that one, but the Callaway news, we didn't have that yet, so that is an important note. But no, the VFLs I was talking about, Bubba, were in the Speedway Classic. Did you have an update on the Speedway Classic?
I was going to say the Fire Fest of baseball happened, where people were able to get hot dogs with no bun.
Is that what they called it? Was it a disaster?
Night one was.
Okay,
when it rained out.
Night one. Wait. Night one. What do you mean?
It got rained out.
Are we talking about the Speedway Classic?
Yeah, baseball.
Well, there's only one game, wasn't there? Saturday night.
Yeah, but then it got rained out, and so they had to resume it Sunday at 1 p.m.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
A lot of people were disappointed in the whole logistics and just the Mother Nature happening. The fact that they ran out of buns for their hot dogs.
Eat a hot dog. You don't need a bun. Save a few carbs.
And they called it the Fire Fest of MLB.
You still got hot dogs though. I mean, who needs a bun?
Full price for just a wiener? No, thank you. I don't want $11 just for a Nathan special.
Yeah, they should have started throwing the wieners onto the baseball diamond in protest, like they did the dildos.
Well,
at
they
the
wouldn't have been able
game.
to reach it.
No, that's true. You'd have to really fire a long. You'd need a wiener cannon or something to get it down there. Imagine how bad the view was from those. I was at the Battle of Bristol in 2016, and I got lucky because I had kind of a lower seat, so I thought it was okay. Like my view was okay, but there were a lot of people complaining about just how miserable it was. Maybe this, as you call it, Fire Fest of baseball over the weekend will be the final straw. Maybe we'll realize at this point that we don't need these big extravaganzas. That, hey, Bristol's meant for auto racing. It wasn't built for football and baseball. Maybe that'll be the last one. It'll be the end of it.
I think they'll probably do it again.
But I was just going to say the pitchers had some Tennessee ties, right? Like Chase Burns was one of the guys.
Supposed to, but he
yeah
did not. And then Spencer Strider, obviously.
From Tennessee. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and the Braves won. They took the Speedway Classic, right?
I don't really support the Braves, but.
Yeah, well, they won. It did set the attendance record. So the Braves beat the Reds 4-2.
That's good. I did see where I think it was Austin Riley chased down Ellie De La Cruz. So the Braves have a new speedster on their squad.
You got to be fast to chase down Ellie De La Cruz.
And then lastly, we have Derek Dooley. Remember that name? Apparently, he's running for Senate down in the state of Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
He's going to get into politics, huh? Take the old Tommy Tuberville route.
I bet if Jackson lived in the state of Georgia, he would absolutely have his vote.
Would have to look into his policies first. You see, I don't just vote red down the ticket.
Yeah, he's not a damn one issue voter, Bubba.
I've got a lot of, it's really important how you feel about a certain country in the Middle East to me.
Right. And whether or not you want to legalize marijuana.
Speaking of issues, also, what about PBS Kids?
Oh, yeah, they got rid of PBS, didn't they?
They did.
R.I.P. Well, who PBS,
because we all know that Arthur and Word Girl and Fetch the Rough Ruffman and Clifford the Big Red Dog were all very hot commodities and controversial.
PBS, NPR, who's watching, who's listening, who cares? They'll come back eventually. Somebody will bring them back.
And then also, lastly for me,
that was supposed to be the last one, but all right.
There's always a last one somewhere.
Derek Dooley, wow.
Trump signs executive order for President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. So we're getting the kids healthy again.
Okay. Also mentioned last week, pretty sure we covered that on Friday, the presidential fitness test. So we've recycled quite a bit of news here, but you know what, Bubba?
I'm doing my best Cody McClure impression this week.
You've given it your best effort. You've done a fine job.
Let me find a random story from somewhere else to do my best Cody McClure impression.
This is like your encore is like you just can't end the show. You're like, it's like an Eric Clapton encore. You've said this is the last one 5 times.
That's the beauty of it. You never really know when the last one's going to be.
I got a couple that you missed. Actually, how about I do the here's what we missed today, give you a little taste of your own medicine.
If that's the case,
we'll tease that.
I'll speed
Well,
run.
we got to have something for the end of the show. We'll hold off. Let's hold off. Let's take a break. Then we come back. Just so many things to say.
There is. Like Conor McGregor re-entering the testing pool for UFC so that way he can fight in the White House.
It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's Sports Talk Radio Superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Look out, East Tennessee. It's The Chase. Right here on Fan Run Radio and Fox Sports Knoxville. Join me, Tennessee sports renaissance man, Chase Thomas, and the biggest rising stars in Tennessee sports media like Ryan Shumpert, Ethan Stone, Ryan Sylvia, Caleb Jarreau, William Pattison, and so many more folks every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. on WKGN's newest show, where we talk all things Tennessee Vols and always take your calls.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Welcome to the city of light.
Today's SM Athletics poll question: would you rather Tennessee have a 1,000-yard rusher or a 1,000-yard receiver this season? Courtesy of Brandon over on the YouTube. The votes are rolling in, and it's going about how I thought it was going to go. Not quite 80-20, but 70-30. People want the 1,000-yard receiver. It's just more fun. Average Vol writes, seeing as how we probably will have a 1,000-yard rusher this year, I'm going to go with the receiver. I don't know. I don't know if I could say that confidently, whether or not we're going to have a 1,000-yard rusher. But I'm right there with the public, the 70% that says they want the 1,000-yard receiver. So we'll see how it goes. Or, hey, like I said earlier, well, why not both? Why not both? Bubba?
I was going to ask, I know we've kind of got into it a little bit with the Manziel discussion. I brought up Bo Nix, but other people also are curious. Bo Nix or Aaron Rodgers?
For this year?
Yeah.
Bo Nix.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt in my mind. Now, like Jackson pointed out earlier, there is the question of the sophomore slump, which happens. The film comes in. It's not the fresh new thing anymore, so maybe it's not.
So you think Bo Nix is better right now than Aaron Rodgers?
I would rather have Bo Nix. I would rather have Bo Nix.
Interesting.
You know that stat about the Steelers and the winning record? How many years in a row I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm going to guess 7.
How many years in a row have Steelers had a winning record? I know it's a lot. 8 consecutive seasons. No, that's not. I'll figure it out. Anyway, here's my point.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have had a winning record for 21 consecutive seasons.
Okay.
That includes
that's what I was looking for, Jackson. Thank you for that. And you are correct. You look back on the Steelers, 10-7, 10-7, 9-8, 9-7, 12-4, 8-8, 9-6, 13-13, 13-3. Like, the Steelers are always right there. I think for the first time, they may be at risk for the first time in 20 years of not having a winning season.
I hope so.
I think it's going to be an absolute disaster with Aaron Rodgers. I think the guy's cooked. I think he's been cooked. By the way, some of those, Jackson, are 8-8s. So I guess it just means they haven't had a losing record.
Yeah.
So not necessarily winning seasons.
It's the stupid stat that Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record.
Yeah.
But it's because he's gone 8-8 a bunch of times. And
just 3 times, I think, from what I can tell. But, I mean, normally they do have a winning record. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. 4 times he's been 8-8. But, to his credit, normally they do have a winning record. And the last 2 years they've been 10-7, so the Steelers do win. You got to go all the way back to 2003 to find a losing record when they went 6-10. I think they're at risk this year of being 8-9. Tough division. We'll see if Cincinnati's got it together. I mean, Cleveland, those are going to be tough in the mud games, even though Cleveland's bad. Like, they'll still be down in the mud with them. Baltimore, they play Baltimore well, so we'll see. But I'm out on Aaron Rodgers. I've been out on Aaron Rodgers for like 3 years, and I'm ready for him to be gone. That's just my opinion, though. Give me Bo Nix. Give me the future.
I'm out on Mike Tomlin as a coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I agree with you. I'm ready for that consecutive non-losing record streak to be over so they can get a new coach up there.
You know how Pittsburgh is with their coaches. They like keeping them around.
Yeah, they do.
Well, while we're on the topic of the NFL, I did want to bring this up today. Bubba, our Sunday joy may be hanging in the balance. Did you see the news drop Friday? ESPN is acquiring NFL Red Zone.
To try to pull a page out of your book, we've actually discussed that weeks ago on the program.
Did we?
I feel like we did.
I feel like maybe we knew it was potentially coming, but the news dropped on Friday.
I mean, yeah, because there was no done deal way back when, but, there was most likely this is going to happen. But, yeah, I mean, that kind of went out the window. My love for it went away whenever Scott Hansen could no longer promise me commercial-free football for 7 hours.
Well, that's the concern.
Well, I mean, we already did have commercials added into things, so this past season.
On Red Zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still had its purity from
it did.
It wasn't perfectly like it used to be, but
it's kind of like a girl that you liked in school, and she started hanging with the bad kid, the bad boys.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I don't want to go down this route. So then she first picked up, maybe the habit of vaping, and now who knows where she's going.
Now she's got the syphilis. I see what you mean. But no, this is big news though for in terms of just blockbuster deals. The ESPN and NFL getting in bed. The NFL is now going to own a stake in ESPN, which I thought was an interesting part of this. So
they control their headlines.
Yeah, it's interesting. That could be interesting. Does ESPN just become a PR arm for the NFL? I mean, that's a good point by you. So ESPN will get several of NFL's top media holdings. Red Zone is the one at the top of the list that everybody was interested in. But in return, the NFL would get equity in ESPN that could be potentially worth billions of dollars. So The Athletic reported on this Friday. It says an official announcement is expected this week. So sometime this week, maybe we will get some more details as to what Red Zone will look like, because that's the big question mark for me. Is it part of an ESPN streaming app? Does it become part of ESPN like Plus or whatever, or do they put it on regular TV? Is it on ESPN? I mean, those are the questions I got to know. And also, Scott Hansen, will he be retained? Will Scott Hansen be part of the deal?
I mean, at this point, got to do its best for him. Again, once he couldn't promise me 7 hours of commercial-free football, my love just kind of shattered a little bit.
So Scott Hansen is dead to you?
Not dead to me. He's still alive. But I don't have the interest that I once had.
The fear online, in the online discussion, is that ESPN will find a way to ruin this.
Most likely.
Some of the replies on X, it's about to cost 10 times more and be filled with even more ads. ESPN will wokeify NFL Red Zone. So much for commercial-free football. RIP to Red Zone. And another person wrote, can't wait for Jamel Hill to replace Scott Hansen and have ad banners at the top and bottom of the Octo Box with a commercial break every 15 minutes. To which a few people had to let them know that Jamel Hill no longer works for ESPN. But you get the point, right, Jackson?
It'll be my girl Mina Kimes.
Which would be absolutely awful.
I mean, people are worried about it. They're worried about ESPN, quote, wokeifying
Mina Kimes, however you say your last name, would be wokeify.
You don't like Mina Kimes? I feel like she has pretty good public perception.
She has some good football takes, but I've seen her.
You're on thin ice here, bud.
Disputes with some other reporters.
Better be careful.
It's an open floor, Bubba.
She
you can give your liberal take next.
That's fine. She's kind of annoying. She's really kind of
Mina Kimes annoying.
She's really kind of annoying. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Bubba, you disagree? You think Mina Kimes is great, or?
Yeah, why not? I don't really actively tune into much of her stuff, so I don't think she's that annoying if it's not presently popping up in my feed.
I don't care about her. Like, I don't have a problem with her. I don't like her or dislike her really one way or the other, but I do like Scott Hansen, and I don't think I like change on this particular. Like, Red Zone to me, that is Sunday when it comes to football season. That is my Sunday. There's nothing better than sitting there. You got certain player props you're gambling on. You got fantasy football implications. You like seeing the scoring plays. I mean, we're Americans. We want the action. I want to see every single
hour.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the witching hour. They haven't even mentioned the witching hour. I mean, what's better on a Sunday, man? I mean, like, so we're still going to have it, but, like, ESPN, I think, really needs to understand why people love Red Zone.
Well, now they're just advertised their, First Take and whatever else they got. And Stephen A. Smith will make a guest appearance to help dive through the last 3.5 hours of football. And then it'll be Kendrick Perkins, and then we'll say, oh, Kendrick, thank you for being out here and talking about Lamar Jackson, even though the Ravens are off this week.
They're going to show nothing but Cowboys highlights. It's just going to be all Cowboys and a couple Aaron Rodgers plays here and there. That's all it's going to. That's how ESPN's going to change it.
Or it'll be Pat Mahomes just throwing a check down to Travis Kelce with the sidearm, and people will say, "Whoa, look at Pat Mahomes, he's a goat," and then they won't see Daniel Jones doing a somersault in the end zone
Now,
to
listen,
get the winning
ESPN
score against the Jaguars.
Nobody's opposed to some Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce highlights. Nobody.
Now to play the other side of it, ESPN said, or do we have a problem with ESPN's live sports? Because everybody's worried about ESPN ruining this, but most people are talking about it being, political in some way, or it's going to be woke, or it's going to be too many commercials. Like, do we have a problem with ESPN when it comes to live sports? Because I feel like most of the issue with them being quote unquote woke is with the talk shows. Like they're not going to be breaking in with talk show hosts on Red Zone. Sure.
Well, that's what I think the biggest thing comes down to, what they do with the production of it. If they keep Scott Hansen and they keep it the same format it is with the minimal, I think there are commercials now, aren't there? I don't watch Red Zone.
Yeah, I mean they could do the thing where they do like half commercial, half game highlights going on, where you have the little commercial in the box. Like there's some things that could, some banners and things like that.
But if they come out, and I'm not going to name any names here because I'm sure I'll hurt somebody's feelings. But if they put someone out there that is known for bringing a little more something than sports into their commentary and stuff, then yeah, I think that would cause an issue.
Mm-hmm. Like an Emmanuel Acho.
No, I was thinking more Ryan Clark.
Okay.
So
I got you. I don't. Sorry, Bubba. Please.
Well, I'm gonna keep cutting you off here, I guess. Apologies, but not really.
I'm used to it.
I think more from just a talent perspective. I think the quality. I feel like there's been a lot of times whenever they'd cut to commercial breaks at inconsistent times, and or two, just the streaming quality, for their whole service. ESPN Plus, that kind of gets a negative reaction.
I feel like it's more likely that this comes as part of a streaming model, that they kind of keep Red Zone mostly the way it is. I feel like I'm kind of exaggerating, blowing it out of proportion on it being. I don't really think ESPN is going to ruin Red Zone. At least I hope not. I think they're going to probably introduce this as part of a streaming model.
If this could be some long shot of just an addition to ESPN Plus, that'd be fantastic.
That's kind of what I think. That's what I'm thinking they're going for.
But no increased cost. Because I have a Hulu package that comes with Hulu and ESPN Plus, and I think Disney as well. If Red Zone gets included into that for no extra cost to me, that would be awesome.
Well, I think you'll be disappointed there.
Well, I'm sure I will. But
yeah, I think we're going to get some extra cost.
If they charge something like $80 a month to watch Red Zone, I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of people.
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering is what is the cost? It's going to cost more than it does now, but how much more?
Because Sunday Ticket with YouTube TV is rather pricey, but you break it down on a month per month, and you may see people go one way or the other.
It's just getting costlier and costlier, man. I mean, YouTube TV, I remember I've always been a YouTube TV guy since they started. I loved YouTube TV. I cut the cord, 7 years ago. But I can remember at that time I was paying $40 a month for YouTube TV. I was like, "Oh, that's great, man." But now it's $80. I mean, now it's double what it was just 5 years ago. So I don't know. I think it's definitely, my guess is it's going to be part of an ESPN streaming platform, and it is going to cost more. My question is just how much is it going to be? Are we going to look at $40 a month, 50, or is it going to be 80? Like Jackson said, because at a certain point it gets to where you have to kind of debate with yourself. Do I want to spend X amount of money every month on this? Are my 4 Sundays a month worth this joy that I get from Red Zone? There's going to be some questions, but I find it interesting. We're going to get more information this week. They're expecting an announcement this week. So we shall see. Josh writes in on the YouTube letting us know that Hulk Hogan passed away, Bubba. So I guess that was kind of a callback to your headlines there in the old news. Do you have a response for Josh?
R.I.P., brother.
R.I.P. indeed.
Josh also wrote in that the Hill Bar and Grill has NFL Sunday ticket and brunch on Sundays.
No free pub, Jackson. They don't give us any money.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know they even had Sunday ticket.
They got to cut the check.
They don't give us any damn money. We're not giving free pub to the Hill. I mean, it is one of those kind of institutions over there. It's one of the places that have stayed the same through many years of. I remember going there, many moons ago. The Strip's really changing. I saw over the weekend though, they got the
new apartment.
They got the Whataburger signage up. What?
Where?
What are you saying, Bubba?
Hold on. Where?
You didn't know about this?
No.
Yeah, there's a Whataburger on Cumberland.
What?
You didn't know? Look at Jackson. Look at the shock on his face. He didn't know about it,
awesome.
Bubba. Yeah, drive over there.
That is awesome.
He's not a real eater.
They got the signage
Oh
up
no,
now.
I'm a real eater. I just tend to stay away from Cumberland, especially with all this construction going on.
Well, there's still a lot of construction going on, but the Whataburger
Now,
officially
is it open or is it just a sign?
No, it's just I don't think it's open yet, but the signage is up. It's getting close. It's getting real damn close to being open.
And they're having Cody throughout the first pitch.
I like how I just said no free pub for a local business. Now I'm
for a national chain
pumping Whataburger, but what are you gonna do? Who's letting me throw up first pitch?
I was thinking, what if they did like a first pitch, but instead of a pitch, you just threw like a patty on the grill, so you get like the first flip,
Yeah, I'd do it if they wanted me to do it. I don't even know if they're using a grill over there.
Griddle, flat top.
Yeah. However they're cooking that meat. All right, let's take our final break of the day, Bubba. Is that correct? As the break man, this should be the last one. Yeah. Let's take a break. Last call on the other side. You're listening to Fan Run Radio.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves take the series from the Reds in Bristol. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutospa.com/Braves for more information.
Well, it took a little while longer than expected, but the Braves win the Speedway Classic 4-2 over the Cincinnati Reds and in turn take the series, their first series win since before the All-Star break. Eli White, the star of the game. 2 home runs, the only 2 home runs in the history of the state of Tennessee belong to Eli White. And how about Hurston Walger? Comes up Sunday morning. He is the extra pitcher. He comes out of the bullpen for the second half of the game. Goes 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts in his debut in 2025. The Braves are back home. It seems like forever since the Braves have been at home. 3-game set coming with the Brewers. Quinn Priester going for the Brew Crew. He's 10-2, has a 3.27 ERA and 89 strikeouts. Eric Fetty scheduled to go for the Braves. He's 3-11, has a 5.33 ERA and 66 strikeouts. For leadoff show at 6, first pitch against the Brewers, 7:15, of course, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Sick of Googling the best bets for tonight and coming up short? Tap into the slate presented by VIP Play, East Tennessee's only on-air gambling show. I'm William Pattison, and every weekday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm giving you sharp analysis, trends, and picks for college football, the NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. If it's on the books, we've got you covered. It's the slate presented by VIP Play, weekdays at 6 on Fan Run Radio.
Last call here on the program. Appreciate everybody tuning in today and on Friday when it was just me and Bubba. Friday was a little rough. I feel like this show.
The first hour of Friday was. Second hour, I think we recouped a little bit.
We did okay. It's tough when it's a two-man operation. You know, you're used to having a four-man show. Suddenly you got a two-man show. But luckily today, Jackson joined us for some hot political takes, and it's a lot easier to do a three-man show. You know, I've always said in radio, you need one man for every hour you do. So we are blessed when it's a four-man show, but we can do a three-man show. John should be back tomorrow, as far as I know.
Staying in Vegas forever.
I hope he doesn't stay forever. I hope he comes back soon. I think it'll be tomorrow, but we will see for sure. But yeah, appreciate everybody listening to the show. A couple things we missed, Bubba. Before you do what we missed, I got to tell you a couple things I got, and maybe they're similar to what you got. We'll see. But I just wanted to mention two things. For one, Keenan Peely is getting an opportunity in the NFL. This news came out Friday. The 2024, one of the Vols team captains, according to the NFL transaction report last week, it listed Keenan Peely as a Saints tryout. So he was getting a shot with the New Orleans Saints. Of course, his 2 years at Tennessee were cut short. Got injured week 1 in 2023, and then 2024, you remember he tore his ACL against Florida. So we never really got to see the potential of Keenan Peely at Tennessee. Maybe he can find his way onto an NFL roster. I mean, it seems like a little bit of a long shot for him, but he will at least get the opportunity to try out with the Saints. And then another thing that I had, Tennessee lost a commitment on Friday. The tight end Carson Sneed, who was a piece of the 2026 class for Tennessee, flipped to North Carolina. So Bill Belichick stole away one of our recruits, or as some people put it, was just allowed to take one of our recruits. Some people say this Carson Sneed was not – we weren't all that big on keeping him anyway.
No, the coaching staff has been very aware with his kind of drama that's been going on with his recruitment the last couple months, and they've been very – as far as what I've seen, they've been very ready for him to find a new school.
I mean, his brother, Dayton Sneed, wide receiver, also transferred as well out of the program.
Yeah, I'd heard similar stuff, Jackson. So maybe it's not such a big loss that Carson Sneed.
I've seen this kid play in person. He plays 1A football for a small private school in Nashville called Donaldson Christian Academy.
Mhm.
They've produced a few 4-star players that go to these top schools and don't do anything. We're not missing much on this kid. And, I hope I don't come back in 3 years and eat my words on this.
I hope
and
you do.
But, this kid's very overrated, in my
No
opinion.
way.
And TriStar Network reports that Tennessee may have already set its sights on a potential Carson Snead replacement in a current Kentucky commit.
Okay. Well, we're pretty set at the tight end position. We're pretty deep there. We're doing fine work at tight end, so I'm not worried about it whatsoever either. But maybe he will go to North Carolina and ball out though. It's the ACC, so he'll be going up against lesser competition. But
he is the fourth recruit that we have lost thus far. First was Brandon Anderson, who went to Missouri back in January. Tyron Evans was the most recent, who went to Miami. Then we had Tyson Bacon back in April, who is also at Miami. So, and those were all 3 stars.
hot weather down in Miami for sure. Well, we got we've added plenty of pieces to the 2026 class as well, and we've got still some guys hopefully out there. So some big time names that we can add, and Savion Highter, perhaps a Darius Gray, perhaps even a Tristan Keys. So we'll see. I'm not too worried about the 2026 class. It's shaping up pretty nicely, despite Carson Snead headed to play for Bill Belichick. Bubba, what have we missed today? Do you have a list?
Well, we've missed
items?
A few things here. We've missed Luka on a max extension for the Lakers. So Luka will be an LA Laker for quite a long ways. LeBron, who knows what's going to happen with him?
LeBron is reportedly supportive of the Lakers going forward with Luka Doncic. Amid rumors, this as of 30 minutes ago from Bleacher Report, it said LeBron was supportive.
He's probably going to say, I'm not going to be here.
I mean, if you're the Lakers, you can't worry too much about what LeBron thinks, right? Like you gotta advance.
Your whole
franchise.
team right now is LeBron, so
you got to move forward with the franchise. I mean, the guy's going to be 41 years old in December, right? Shams, here's what Shams said this morning on ESPN. Luka Doncic is the face of the franchise, so this means LeBron James, for the first time in his career, entering a very interesting ground. Okay, he's about to be 41. Yeah. We've never seen a player play at this level for this long, and it's a tough through line to cross. Well, get to it, Shams. Ultimately, Shams says LeBron James is supportive. He's understanding where this Lakers organization is going toward, and it's going toward Luka Doncic. So LeBron himself has to make some decisions based on how long do I have to play. That's the biggest one of all. Is it the last year of his career, or does he have a couple years left? Any chance that LeBron retires? Does he announce his retirement and the Lakers give him a nice farewell tour, and that's how this ends, and they make the 2025 season about LeBron's farewell tour?
There can only be so many farewell tours in America.
I mean, LeBron, I assume, is going to get one. I assume when he announces his retirement, he'll get a nice farewell.
Like my goat, John Cena.
Will that be this year, or will he do something different?
Is LeBron the John Cena of the NBA?
He ain't got the championships that John Cena does.
How old is his second youngest son?
Bryce?
Yeah.
I want to say he will be 18, playing Division I basketball.
He's not going to retire before Bryce gets into the league.
I don't think he's not going to be able to hang around that long, is he?
That's 2 years. If Bryce is...
Well, yeah, okay.
Because one and done in college.
He does the one and done, yeah.
And from everything I've seen, Bryce is better than Bronny ever was. Or ever is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, 41 years old.
I mean, he averaged, 30 points a game last year?
Yeah. Yeah, but if you're the Lakers, you can't base what
Well, no,
you're doing on him.
I agree.
you know?
I would like to see LeBron get traded somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, he won't go
somewhere like
he'll do whatever.
Dallas would be pretty cool. See him team up with Kyrie again, AD.
What LeBron
Cooper
come
Flag.
to Memphis?
Get the band back together. LeBron ain't going to Memphis.
LeBron's not coming to Memphis.
Where the hell would LeBron go to Memphis?
Charlotte. Play for the Hornets.
Yeah. What else you got, Bubba?
We have missed Cracker Barrel potentially unveiling new designs across America.
You know, I went to Cracker Barrel couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, and I did see the menu continues to change. We had that report a few months ago that they were looking at ways to improve their business, selection.
I don't think they're improving.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Okay.
We will not tolerate any Cracker Barrel slander.
Exactly. That's why I'm standing up for what I believe in.
I thought you were just slandering them.
Yeah, I don't think they should change.
Oh.
Their sales were declining. They had to evolve.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where the misunderstanding came right here.
We have.
You don't want them to end up like Red Lobster, do you? And be broke.
So there's a thing Red Lobster's doing real quickly while I'm thinking about this. They advertise like their snow crab clusters, but they have the Parmesan and stuff on top of the shell itself. And that bugs me.
Yum.
Because you're not eating the shell, so why does it have to be seasoned?
Because you got to lick the shell and get that Parmesan on your tongue, and then you suck out that crab. That's how you do that. Suck that crab.
I can't believe you're a shell licker.
I'm a shell for shell crab.
We have Washington, D.C. approving the Commanders' plans to build a $3.8 billion stadium. What's up with all these stadiums being $1 billion+ Jackson?
Well, you know, it cost a lot of money to get people to go and do stuff.
We'll see if the Commanders get to build that
I was
stadium.
gonna say,
we
see.
don't know about that
I don't
yet.
think they'll be getting a new stadium unless
They
it's the
don't
Washington
change that
Redskins.
damn name back.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
You either change your name back, you ain't getting that damn stadium.
Don't even get me started on that ball club up in Cleveland.
We'll see what happens with the
Whoa, be careful with that.
Commanders.
Be careful with that statement there, Jackson.
Yeah.
And also, for Jackson's sake, Rashee Rice saying he's completely changed after pleading guilty to his 2024 hit-and-run crash.
Okay, is he not driving around drunk anymore, or what's he changed? Has he decided to
Maybe driving the speed limit, but listen, hit and runs happen every day. I don't understand the national outrage about this. Sure, he probably
He's an NFL receiver.
Sure, he probably should have stayed behind and not left, but you know,
he's an NFL receiver, Jackson. It's very newsworthy. You think Henry Ruggs? You think his news should have been swept under the rug too?
Henry Ruggs
no
and
pun intended.
Rashee Rice are on two very different sides of the seesaw.
Not that different. I mean,
well, one of them
neither should have been behind the wheel.
One of them committed murder.
Well, that's because it went as wrong as it could have went. But I mean,
going about 180 miles an hour.
That's why you don't drive under the influence, folks. And that's a good message to end this show on.
Yep,
Drink responsibly.
And don't drive drunk.
Don't drive drunk. Drink responsibly. And drink White Claw hard seltzer
and
when you
Surfside.
are. Yeah, when you are drinking responsibly. Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, good show today. Like I said, John should be back tomorrow. We'll see if he is, but I think he will be. Stay tuned for Under Review coming up next on Fan Run.